Got it. Well, let's see if we can get YouTube up and running. We got Stephen Hess. Stephen, welcome.
Hi
Where are you
guys,
from?
thank you.
Where are you
I'm
from?
living more. Um,
We've heard of
more.
more.
Yep. You guys
Welcome.
are
Are you
in.
licensed? Are you wanting to be?
I'm about to be. I'm hoping this Elmer night is for people who are trying to do a crash course and figure out what they need to do, and you guys can help
We
me out.
we
Wrong
answer
place.
all yeah, wrong place. We answer all questions. So um,
Well,
whatever you have you done any of the online tests?
I've looked at them. This has been something I've been planning to do, but COVID and everything else has kind of put a lot of stuff on hold.
Yep.
Um, if I may, if you guys aren't too busy, what we and my family are hoping to do is to be able to talk without repeaters between Dallas and Oklahoma City. If everything goes down, it sounds like maybe HF 40 meter band possibly with a general, I believe,
Yep.
license. And there's 4 locations we'd like to kind of link together so we can have communication no matter what. I mean, there's tons of other cool stuff I want to do with this, but that's the bottom line, as to be able to get into it as reasonably as we need to, and to know what we need to know to do it. I just found out I could only do CW like 10 minutes ago over 40 with a technician. So that there's little pitfalls and things that I don't know that I would love to find out from you guys who've been doing this for a while. And I'll be
Good deal.
incredibly
Yeah.
grateful for any
General
answers.
a general license is required to do HF in that kind of range. There's some 10-meter stuff and all that kind of stuff, but here to Dallas, that kind of range, you're looking 40 and 80 meters, which you need to get everybody going on the general license,
Right. Yep.
and
We're,
then that shouldn't be any problem. I don't know who's running 40 and 80. Denny probably is. What's here to Dallas? Is that a big deal, Denny? No big deal. Um, so
awesome.
you'll need an
75,
HF.
whoops,
Right.
75 meters will get you to Dallas area all day long.
Fantastic. We're all engineers. I'm aerospace mechanical. We got a chemical and another mechanical. I don't think the testing is going to be a problem. We're all good guys. I think we ought to fit in with the community well. We're just, I wish I'd done this before tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? I just would like to have some communications up and running as soon as possible, and preferably for $500 if possible. I'd like to
Yeah,
spend under 1,000.
there's radios. There's radios you can get in the $500 range. The $1,000 range will get you anything you want. So you're really close.
Right.
Um, you
Well, if I need to
probably
spend that, I will, but I don't know that the rest of the family members can.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And $500 should get you in that range. Antennas you can build. We I'll look at the list. Most of us on the list on the group build our own antennas. And you can spend thousands or actually hundreds of thousands of dollars on antennas, but none of us have done that.
Right. Yeah, I'd love to build stuff for myself. That should be fun, actually. Um,
That's a
what are your thoughts on like a base unit or a mobile with amp and a battery and a backpack, or a handheld with an amp, or
Well, it depends what you want to do. If you're looking to go HF, you're probably going to use something that you can use at the house, either a mobile radio. Most of the radios nowadays you can run mobile or in a house somewhere. I think all of us have those kind of radios, that class of radios. Typically, it's 100-watt HF radio is what you're looking for.
okay,
Would do the job. Amplifiers, oh, you can get them, but the thing is, a better antenna is always better than a better amplifier.
okay. And if you got a 100-watt radio to start with,
Then you're
that's
you're you're in good
decent.
shape. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, the big thing is get licensed, and you'll learn a lot when you're doing the license stuff. Danny, I remember him saying it one time he talked to Morocco on 4 watts. So
Wow.
it's a lot. It's a lot to do with propagation and antennas. So you can do a lot with that stuff.
I have just
are you
seen
signed up
that,
for our test tomorrow or Thursday?
no, I am not. I just really hit this hard today. This is
Okay.
really my first day.
The W5NOR website, probably where you got this information, is the I'll put it in the chat, is the place. There's a tech class that you can run through, and your family is welcome to go look at that wherever they're at. We test here in Norman, and we do it the first Thursday, which would be 2 days from now.
Okay.
If you're on it, you can easily get it done in that amount of time. There's online tests. And on that website that I just put up there, there's online practice tests where you can practice, and there's links in there. And then there's videos. We do a whole bunch of videos you can watch.
Excellent.
And then we list other videos that you can go to and chase that out.
Okay.
But, Thursday sounds like it'd probably be a little early. We do this first Thursday of every month here, and there's a link in there for your family that says the test can be found across the country at this link, and they can put in the area that they're at, and they'll find out where the tests are in their own area.
I had just seen earlier today that the FCC had raised the price to $35. Is that in effect yet?
Not yet.
License?
It has to go into the Federal Register, and then it's 30 or 60 or 90 days, whatever they pick after that. So now is a good time to get in.
Yeah, we'll get grandfathered in before that.
Yep.
How often do you guys meet, or who would be some good local people, or just every Tuesday on the Elmer meeting for me to ask questions and learn more?
Elmer nights are every Tuesday here, and then we meet. Saturday is our first Saturday of the month, or second Saturday of the month. We meet on Zoom at this time, and we'll be talking to one of our leaders, the district representative for the ARRL, which is our national organization. And old John Stratton will be talking at that point. But you're welcome to come Saturday, and same place.
That's it.
Right.
Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m.
Yep.
There we go. I'm trying to write all this stuff down. So, if I ask what would be a good radio setup, is that like asking a bunch of guys 9mm or 45? Is that start a brawl?
Yep.
Or
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like asking if you want a Chevy or Ford or.
Yeah.
940 or 45. It's all good.
Okay. Very good. Well, I guess I'll just be quiet and listen for a while. And I guess if I have another question, you guys mind me jumping in. I
That's
don't
what we're
want to
here
be rude, and I don't know the etiquette here. So
for.
I just
We have
jump
no
in and have
energy.
fun. That's the deal.
okay, awesome.
Jump in and get. It's right. And if Ken starts talking, we want to block him out. So. Thank you.
All right, I haven't put the names to the faces yet, but I'll do my best.
They're all labeled there, which is kind of nice.
Oh, there we go. Yep, sure enough.
Ken, you have oh my God, you got it working.
I did. It's got one. It has one conventional component standing up on its end, because that one mega ohm resistor chip went into a low garage orbit. It's hovering up there somewhere. I don't know where it is, and that's the only one they didn't have an extra of in the kit, really. But oh well.
It's a 1 meg ohm.
But it worked, yeah. So I just took a quarter watt, 8 watt through hole device and stood it up on top. They sanded out in the middle. You can see him; he's there.
I see him.
Makes it work.
That's funny.
I'll probably take that and go off board with it and put a potentiometer in there and make a variable clock. Just
Hey, Mark, how does somebody get one of those kits?
Very good question.
Yeah.
Mark
Who has
found
those?
them. Mark found them back and has them. And tomorrow I will put them in my vehicle. And where's Carl? He's hiding. We will have those at my office. So if you need some, let me know. But that's a little kit, a little solder kit. Now, how many surface mounts did you Is all this stuff out here surface mount? This stuff on the left and right side?
The left and right side are practice rows that have for the resistors. You can measure the resistors at the bottom. There's a couple of test points, and so you solder all the resistors in and then read it and see if you did good. I didn't do any of those, but I looked at it, but I thought I'll just practice on the functional circuit.
So the functional circuit is between the 4 green dots.
Yep.
And the
Yep,
stuff outside is test area.
There's 6 rows of practice, and they go from darn small to, oh my God, small. But I did find that tweezers are deadly.
Yes.
They will launch things. And I had the best luck with a dental pick and a wooden skewer. And of course, my soldering iron, which was too big, but the smallest one that I had. That would be the big recommendation. Get a fine point soldering iron.
Did you were you using that piece of copper wire that you went around the tip?
I did that for removing some stuff. I've got that around here somewhere. I took it and wrapped it on an old chisel tip iron. What did I do with that? It worked good, but it bends real easy. But I found in the process of soldering, when you solder, there's stuff on YouTube, and that's where I got a lot of it. But if you solder one end, if you wet one side of the mounting position and hold down the component and heat it up, it drops down in place, leaving the other side in virtual contact. But if you rush right over to the other side and solder it, it may get loose. So it actually takes a little bit of time for those to both become solid. So I found that if I took a pair of tweezers and I just went from one side to the other real quick with the iron, that I could lift a component off. So I stopped using the double wire thing. But there's some components where that's still a cool idea. I think something like that. Something more refined. That was pretty crude. But anyway, so that was my one of my fun projects, and I went ahead and got my SO239 on the back of my QCX.
Oh yeah.
And then I got a battery rigged up to operate it. With a fuse, because I didn't like the idea of no fuse.
Yeah,
There's no fuse in the kit.
Really?
Really. So you want an external fuse, yeah. And that's kind of pretty much most of it for me.
So that QCX is a Morse code, and what was that cost on this little?
The QCX kit?
Yeah, the kit.
I think it's $55 plus 20 for the 20 or 25 for the case. 20, I think, for the case. 55 for the kit. If you want to build your own case, it's relatively easy compared to the early version to put it in a case of your own. But the case he provides is nice for the money. I would buy the case. And it seems to be working pretty good. So I'll get my code up to speed here and I'll get out and play on him.
That was going to be my next question, which was, how's your Morse code?
I'm
Because that radio only does Morse code and digital.
Actually, it only does CW. Well, you can do whisper with it. It has a basic whisper function in the programming. But digital is sideband. And it's not a sideband radio.
Oh, so it doesn't have a wide enough bandwidth to do a data signal. Oh, so, I see.
So that's the next generation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's a CW box with the ability to operate it in whisper mode.
Mark, when did you say you'd be in your office tomorrow?
Tomorrow I would be, I don't know when, but before noon. How's that?
Before noon.
Before noon.
You mean you'd be there from noon on or
Yeah.
only until noon?
No, probably about 10 o'clock on, somewhere in that range.
Okay, so are you on the east building of east side of the parking lot or west side?
East side, correct. East side.
Okay. I will see you in the morning.
Darn, you heard me.
Yeah, I may be there too, you know.
Oh, are you really? Hey, if you're coming down, Z-Wave me.
Z-Wave you?
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I've got a serious question about paying dues to the club. Thursday night,
Yes, sir.
will you be seeing anybody that I could give you cash and that you could give it to the people Thursday night?
I will transfer cash tomorrow if you wish, and I don't think Hank's going to be down, but I have a way to get money to him so we can get you signed up.
Okay, great.
Good idea. And you can do it if you want to do online. You can do that online as well, but
No,
we'll
I
take it.
trust you.
We'll make it easy for everybody.
Easy.
We'll make it easy for everybody. Oh my goodness, everybody's. I guess the last 2 weeks have been quiet for holidays, and here they come. We figured out. We figured out Tuesday is this week is a Tuesday. That's a 5-day week.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing okay. I guess some video would help.
Well,
How are you guys?
Good. What are you doing?
Oh, just got back from a drive from Norman. I've been working over there the past, 10 days.
Is that a good thing?
Well, so far so good. I mean, it's a contract gig. So I guess it's only as good as the contract lasts. But yeah, it's doing some IT stuff.
Good for you. Well, glad
But
to have you.
I'm still gonna dig in on that one you sent me via email, just so you know. I haven't forgot about it. I'm looking into it.
And I actually got hit on it again today.
Okay.
They're still looking, so jump them quick.
Okay, I will for sure. I know how that works, but you get on it quick, and then myself, along with 50 other candidates, do too. So that's the way. So I've actually got another interview with a company based out of OKC on Friday, and this will be my 4th interview with them.
What?
Yeah, I know. Talk about death by interview.
Are you dating, or are you?
I know, right? No, I did not find this on Tinder.
Are you asking the right question?
Yeah, I'll let you guys. I'll let you know how it goes for sure. Hopefully, I hear something back from those guys.
You didn't say I'll do anything if I get paid for it, right? I mean, that's not how you started that one, was it?
No.
Okay.
That's a different app.
Yeah.
Have you checked the dress code yet?
Yeah, right. Hey, collared shirt and khakis. That's usually the norm.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Good for you.
Well, thank you. And at least I'm making some money now instead of living off the government. So that always feels better.
That's right.
Are you trying to be Jake with State Farm?
I guess that's the job requirement.
Man. All right. Well, I'll let you guys get back at it. I just wanted to say hi.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you got something going up here. And how long is this one up here? Is it just short term or?
They said possibly up to 4 months, and it could be extended after that.
Oh, yeah. Can you say where it's at?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Okay, that's fine.
But there's a lot of that stuff going around on these parts. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Happy you.
I will say it's IT stuff.
Good. Good. Glad to hear it. You're in Seminole?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So it's a pretty good, it's about an hour each way to where I'm at because I'm in kind of up by the airport there in Norman.
Good. deal. I heard Lindell in there giving you crap. What's Lindell up to these days?
I keep my head above water. No, I haven't bought any radios today.
You know, you were talking about uncluttering, and I think we could make a deal on maybe that Icom radio. Were you really wanting to get that uncluttered?
Changing my social security email address.
So you don't want to get rid of that Icom real cheap, do you?
No, that's like my one true love right now.
Just throwing this out there to all you guys. I'm looking for a radio. I'd like
Good idea.
I'd like to not spend a lot of money, but yeah, we're talking 100-watt HF radio. If one of you guys has one of those for sale, it'd be a good deal. I'd sure be interested in hearing about it.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to talk to Dallas and back. If all the repeaters are down and everything like that, I could family communications in an emergency.
Okay.
Just to start, and then all the other fun stuff that comes with this hobby. Just
for sure.
Looks like there's just tons of it.
I've seen a lot of that on 2-meter sideband even already.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have no radio, no license. We're all engineers. We're gonna take the technician, the general at the same time.
Cool.
Here very shortly, and try to jump in with both feet.
Yeah, might as well. I would say just dive in head first.
If it's hard, I don't know how fast I'm going to be moving.
The cheapest thing about amateur radio is the operator.
Yeah.
Yes, no doubt.
And maybe his socks.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. A used kind of setup. There is actually, you see here in Moore.
Yes.
What's the status of Edmund's consignment store? Anybody have that? Where's Mark? He usually has that stuff.
I heard it was shutting down, but
yeah. Mark, do you know anything about the Edmund consignment store?
No.
It has shut down.
It has shut down, Denny?
Yeah.
Are they still doing stuff online or no?
I doubt it, but I do not know that.
There was a consignment store in Oklahoma City that did those kind of things. What's MTC's website? MTC Radio, is that what they are?
Yeah, MTC Radio. I tell you, Stephen, one of the good things that would probably help you to start off, Mark would agree with me on this one, is go out to eBay and go to amateur radio. Just type in the search amateur radio, and then look at all the different HF rigs that are out there on eBay, and just look at the price. Don't go grab one. Just go look at prices, and it kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to cost you for a variety of different radios.
That sounds like good advice. Let me also say I'm very encouraged by the friendliness and the humor I've found here in this community already. It's I think we're all going to be a good fit.
Good.
Can I interject?
No. Anybody but Don. Go ahead, Don. What are you going to sell him?
IC718. Good radio. I have one. 584 at hamradio.com.
New price?
Brand freaking new.
Wow.
And that's a nice solid little rig. That's a
that's 100 watts-ish radio.
Wow.
Okay, that was IC718 on what's the website?
IC-718 hamradio.com. Let me double check if it's hamradio.com or hamradio.org.
Gigaparts is 585. Or after rebate is 560.
It's on sale right now. Normally 6 1/4. It's 5 1/4. Or 584. Sorry, 584.
Well, then that's a Gigaparts one I have on my screen here is 560 after a mail-in rebate.
Oh, okay, even better. Okay, usually ham radio and Gigaparts are about the same.
Are they?
Or similar. Yeah, good, but good point on checking both.
Found that Gigaparts is usually a little bit cheaper if you apply the rebates.
Yeah, well, if they have one.
If they exactly.
Yeah, I mean, ham radio they have taken care of me so many times, so I just kind of go. That's kind of my go-to.
Sounds like it might be worth $25 to go with somebody you know has good customer service. And
Well, they both do.
Yeah, they're both.
They're both good.
I don't know who's ham. Where's ham radio? Is that ham radio? Oh, it's HRO, ham radio outlet. Okay.
Yeah, HRO. But it's hamradio.com. Yeah, it's HRO. That 718's been out for a good 12, 15 years at least. And I'm pretty sure it's used in the commercial market in another version because it really looks like a commercial HF radio.
They have the same rebate program there as well. So it's whichever one makes you happier.
Oh yeah, $5.59 after rebate. I didn't see that.
Yep.
That's
Come on,
awesome.
Sarah's got to teach you better than that. She's surely.
I cannot. I mean, that's not going to get you on VHF and UHF like a lot of the other radios are, which I would.
Yeah, but that's the $500 price range, and that's a new in the box radio in that price range. And anybody have any bad experiences with a 718? I don't know any.
You're probably not going to beat that.
That will get me onto what? What were you saying?
That'll get you
UHF, VHF.
Will get me onto it. Okay, got you.
Or 10 through 160, depending on which way you want to look at it.
It'll be HF only. It will not do the local repeater stuff. And those you can buy the $70, $80 radios and you can get on those. But if your goal is to do longer communication, you're going to want to look into 718, this kind of radio. Icom I've used for 35 years and I've never had a bad product with them. I like the way they're laid out. It's Ford, Chevy from here on out, like Linda said.
Ford, Chevy, Dodge, yeah.
Yeah. Tesla, Dodge, I guess Flex is the Tesla in there. But this will get you any long range kind of frequency stuff. So this would be a good radio you could keep for the rest of your career. Hams don't do that because they...
Hang on. The 718 is especially attractive because it's straightforward to operate, and it's a good solid little radio. But if you're looking for a couple $100 more, maybe in your budget, right, a 7100 would give you a shack in a box with VHF and UHF, and it's only a few $100 more.
And it's mobile too.
Well, you can run that base or mobile. Yeah, you can run it either way.
That's what I mean. Easy to go mobile with.
Yeah, it would be. It would be, and that's another consideration. But
what's the number on that one?
That's an IC 7100, and they're.
I'll put it in the chat message piece here.
It's another consideration, and I know that.
Well, and
Mark,
if you just get your technician license. I'm sorry, Ken. I was going to say, if you just get your technician license, where you can't really use HF at this point, you can use D-Star and DMR. Well, you still have to go through repeaters, or internet to get there. But I was going to say, you can still talk long distance until you get everything else lined up. And
this is rebate to 780. So yeah, you're really literally $200 more.
That's a lot of radio for the money.
Yeah, sure is.
I'd have to consider that if I was starting over.
It goes nicely with a Samlex 1235 power supply that's pretty affordable as well.
One comment.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, almost all new radios, HF and VHF stuff, operate on 12 volts. To operate it at home, you will need a power supply. There goes another 80 to 100 bucks.
Yep,
I've got those.
Okay.
So if I could take that mobile as well as use it at home, that's great. If I could get a good mobile that I could use at home, either one of those are attractive options to me.
Yep. And this one, I don't know if you catch the idea on the video, but the square box is something that you can put under the seat, and then you hook a little network cable between it and the front panel piece, and the front panel can go up on the dash And the big box goes under the seat.
And the benefit, it has the larger screen, which is not common on a mobile rig, and a large VFO knob, so you're not fumbling around in the dark if you are mobile.
All right. Well, the readers I'm wearing are a recent addition in the last year or so. It's caught up with me, so that's probably a good thing.
Preaching to the choir.
Just turned 53, and it hit me at about 51. So
yeah. Well, you were late. Good for you. You may.
Yeah.
Not even dry behind the ears yet.
Denny's had his license for 51 years.
More than that.
That's why I'm here.
Well, I kind of came in later. You're talking about a 7100.
Yeah.
Well, I love mine.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I've got one in my truck. That's what I've got in my Avalanche.
Oh, that's right.
I really like it. I mean, it's it's a talking radio, and it's got. I tell you, it's got something that my 7300 doesn't have, and that is it has a. I don't even know what to call it, but as you turn the VFO knob, it clicks, and you can set the tension on that.
Oh.
Which I really like. You know, you kind of, it just isn't free flowing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like
when you're mobile, I bet that's really nice.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And I can just sit there and, when I'm driving, I don't have to look. I just, when I'm doing HF, I just kind of go click, 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 and until I hear somebody talk. And yeah, I love that radio. But anyway.
Did you use the original mic or did you upgrade on that 7100? I thought about upgrading on mine.
I haven't. I'm still using the original mic, and it was quite an endeavor getting, because you got to run two antennas. Getting an HF antenna and a 2-meter antenna on there, and I use it a lot for D-Star with my hotspot. So, but I've driven all over Oklahoma making HF contacts too.
And that's another option, Steve. If you put these in a vehicle, you put an antenna, a vertical antenna in the back, you should be able to get to Dallas, in that same range without any troubles. So if mobile's a concern or an idea.
I think Galen bought a 7100 to put indoors. I mean, he's putting it in his ham shack. I'm not sure at his office or at home, but it can go either place. So the way the head is, it'll sit on a desk or mount.
You'll find as you start to research all this stuff that there'll be 100 other things that are gonna look good too.
Yeah,
it's just the road is not a straight road when you start out.
Stumbling drunk, I think, is what you want.
So, and that's a lot of the fun.
Mostly, I'm trying to avoid pitfalls and really expensive surprises.
Well, we can help you with that.
This is not the hobby for you then.
I know.
Keep in mind, it is a hobby. Not an art. It's a hobby.
You had other expensive hobbies before.
Well, no worse than golf.
Yeah.
Less frustrating, I think.
Inexpensive enough.
Golf, girls, yeah, get them all.
Yeah, girls will cost me more than anything.
Firearms, you're prepared.
Yeah.
The truer statement has never been mentioned that girls will cost you. I got one, and it's cost me. I got 3 more along with the package. I got a 25-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 6-year-old.
Yep.
My real expense is when you have to get rid of them.
All my exes live in Texas.
I used to have a house in Brookhaven, 19, down there in Norman, before I lost mine. It is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, that it is.
This is a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
good.
The next step up is this 7300, this Icom 7300, and it's what they call a digital DSP, digital signal processing, and it will let you put little waterfall displays on the front and all kinds of computer stuff. So, great radio. Just another step up.
It's a super radio, about $1,000.
Got one of those too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you will find practicality wise, you'd be better off with a 2-meter 440, or we call 144 440 radio, in addition to your HF radio. But that's
Right.
that's from my operating perspective.
Just a less expensive handheld, even to get to a local repeater to do that
I would
stuff.
definitely start with a less expensive handheld to start off with.
Yeah.
And but you're probably going to find that you're on HF, and you might want to have that 2-meter 440 radio in case somebody's calling you on the local repeater, or in case you need to call somebody on the local repeater to answer a question that somebody's talking with you about from Dallas or wherever. Or
but
and that one also opens up your hotspot, hotspots to do DMR.
Well, there's that too.
Confused?
You need all of them, man. You need all of them. That's just,
Yeah.
But you can take them in one at a time.
This one, this one.
Sounds like I need a new room on my house.
There you go.
Too.
Now you're getting the idea.
There you go. Your own ham shack.
See, I told you.
And an 80-foot tower right outside the wall.
There we go. Yeah.
Whatever room you got your guns in, you can probably fit your radios in.
I couldn't fit them all in one room. I had to.
He had to build another room on his house. There you go.
Now you got it figured out.
My kind of guy.
I am just sick because my dad several years ago was given a base station, a big tower, nice antenna. I was out in California at the time, and the base station is somewhere in their garage. He passed, unfortunately, but the antenna is still there, but the tower's gone. So I haven't even found it yet to know what he's got or what he had. But that may be in addition to, or it may be so old it's useless. I don't know, but we'll see.
Did you have a call sign that you could inherit?
The guy he got it from was Mac McAllister. He law enforcement, and he passed quite a few years ago, but some old timers on here.
Father ever get his license?
No, he put it in the garage and never did anything with it.
The old boat
there's
anchor.
a crime against nature.
Boat anchor radios are also a significant part of the hobby for a lot of people.
I just looked this morning, got an email. I bought a radio in 1985 for $175, and it's nowhere near the radio that we're looking at now.
Right.
It only does 40 meters to 10 meters, and it was 10 watts. So it's a tenth of the wattage coming out of it. And I bought it for $175, and I just got an eBay email that said that a radio just like mine sold for $450.
Wow. That may help my hobby then.
I have no idea why people would pay that much money for it, but
it had a big mic that's set flat on a big base, kind of look like a World War II mic with a big click button on the base to talk.
What's that one, guys? Come on.
D104.
Yeah, D104.
Nice.
D-static D104. Let's see. It's going to look a lot like one of those.
On the base.
I don't know. It might not be because the D104 is right on the column.
It's on the column.
Yeah, it's off the stick. It's not.
Ooh, a lollipop.
On the base.
Well, I'll have to find it and
If you get a TUP9 D104, it has it on the base as well.
Yeah.
If I can find it, I'll bring it next Tuesday and show you guys.
There you go.
Awesome.
Because those things are still sought after. Well, this one is $200.
It was a square base with a column and then a round kind of tubular mic. It seemed like it had like white plastic maybe buttons on the bottom.
Oh, God, what is that one? That's the Gordon's got one. It's the
Turner.
Was that a Turner?
Probably.
Mark Clayton, check the chat.
Check the chat. Okay.
Mark Clayton.
Oh,
not
Clayton.
Mark. Not Klein. Clayton.
Bad Mark. Not good Mark. This guy right
Steve, I
here.
missed the first part of the conversation, but you were talking about, you're asking, when I came in, you're asking about the classes. I don't know what you're doing about studying. I tried a few different formats until I landed on hamstudy.org. And if you just focus on the answer and ignore the other questions, that was helpful. But I was able to do both my tech and my general license the same night with no problem.
That's the plan. We'll see if it holds up, but that's the plan. What was the name of the .org?
Ham study. It's on that link, that tech link that I put up at the top. It's all on there.
Well,
I had some reference books and stuff on hand too, but that was my main focus. Was just sitting there and going through it over and over. You go through it, and then you take a practice test, and after going through it a couple of times, I was scoring in the 90s regularly. So then I went, this was when this first lockdown started. I think I ended up getting my license in July or August. But
well, it was right before field day, so it had to be right.
Yeah,
didn't you get it before field day?
It seemed like it looked kind of like that. It was, I'm talking 20 year ago memory that it maybe a kind of a light green.
You can remember 20 years ago?
Like that, maybe?
Not 20 minutes.
You're going to be the youngest guy in the group.
I'll have to dig this week and see if I can't find that. I'd love to show it to you guys and just find out what I've got.
Yep.
Well, if he can remember 20 years ago, we'll have to go ahead and make a motion. We make him an archivist of some sort.
If you forget when you go back out in your shop and dig around and find this stuff, it's like Christmas all over.
Yeah.
So
wake up in a new world every day.
Yeah. Speaking of field day, what about winter field day? We're
going to talk about that Thursday and see what the right answer is. I don't know what current thoughts are, so we will see.
They're going to let, okay. I don't know if ARRL had was going to have the extended club capability that we had within.
Oh, this isn't ARRL. This is the it's a different group.
Winter field day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It's just a couple of guys that got together and said, let's do a winter field day. And they've only been doing it for a couple of years, handful of years. Well, come on.
Sam, on your 7100 using the D-Star, have you tried doing, I've been seeing some stuff about doing DMR with a 7100. Have you tried that through your hotspot?
No, well, yes and no. I've got two hotspots. I tried to, my original hotspot, which was one I built, I tried to do it in both and it just kept messing up. So I ended up, I have two hotspots. I have one I use for DMR and one I use for D-Star.
She's in the bathtub.
And because it really doesn't matter what radio when you're using a hotspot. It doesn't have to be a D-Star radio or a DMR radio as long as it'll do your hotspot takes care of that. Translates it, so to speak.
I was planning on setting up my 7100 next to the other Icom and for the VHF, UHF, and the D-Star. I thought, well, I'll go ahead and do DMR in the house too instead with my handheld.
Well, but does the 7100 do DMR, or is it just a D-Star radio?
No, it's just it itself
is just D-Star radio.
D-Star.
But you can somehow, I haven't fully explored it yet. But I keep hearing on DMR guys talking using a 7100 with a hotspot.
Yeah, you can get your hotspot to cross mode, so to speak. I think it's the term. I probably have that wrong. But
no, that's cross mode is a good word.
Yeah, you can.
They use PiStar and OpenSpot and different ones.
So what it does is it converts the data signals coming from the D-Star into DMR, digital mobile radio signals, and
I was looking out today. They're talking about bouncing stuff off of DMR signals off of D-Star repeaters, or reflectors is what they call them in D-Star. So
yeah, you'll see guys. You'll see guys on there that it's their DMR ID that shows up, on DStar and vice versa.
Well, that comes from their hotspot, from so the radio is not capable, but the little hotspot device can switch from anything to anything. So it could go from DStar to P25 or whatever.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're doing fusion, everything.
Yep. But I can't take my 7100 and hit one of the DMR repeaters here in town.
Correct. That's what I was.
I have to go through a hotspot. So.
Yep.
Mark, check your chat.
Okie dokie. I agree.
I've got some powder and some lotion that'll take care of that hotspot.
That will. There's Wayne Dutton. Uncle Wayne Dutton. I don't even remember who it was now. Where's Brett, wasn't it? Had a question about a Mark II, not a Mark II, a 706. You go ahead, Mark. You remember what it was?
Yeah, it was a 706.
And he could not make it worked fine on VHF simplex, but he could not make it work VHF repeater. Is there any magic for offsets or tones that you can think of?
No, there's no magic, and I'm guessing you got a book with it, but the offsets are, I can't remember if the offsets are actually automatic on these things, but if you turn on the automatic offset, some radios have automatic offset, but I don't remember because I've only got, so far in mine, I've only got 2 repeaters programmed, but I don't remember that it was that difficult. The only thing I can suggest is go back through the manual. If you don't have a manual, you can download the manual.
Right.
Did you pick up one, Mark?
Do what?
I was saying, Mark Clayton, did you pick you up one?
No. It was Brett. It was Brett that had the question.
Brett Ramirez has had a friend that had one. So
where's he at?
I don't see him.
He stepped away for the minute.
There he is.
Is he there?
No, he stepped away for a minute.
Okay.
Now I have the Mark II-G, and then I don't know. It should be just the same as the regular 706 Mark II.
And I don't know which one it was, but it was VHF, and it was a problem cutting across. And I've done one of those radios, but man, there's so many programs, there's so many panels on there. I cannot even remember how to get back to it without touching it.
Well, yeah, that's why I keep the book next to me.
Yeah, that's a good. I'll tell him that.
The part where you program the memory channels, I actually got it bookmarked. Go very frequently.
Those little quick reference cards are real good too, Wayne.
Yeah, I don't have one of those from my 706.
You can order them.
Yeah. But I haven't, I was going to put my 706 in the truck, but then things changed. So I'm going to keep it here in the shack, but I do want to program some more memories in it to put some more repeaters in it. And then I got stuff like, I got the 6 meter 50.200 in a memory channel, but that doesn't have, that's easy. That's simplex.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's see Brett's hole. I don't see him there. Got it. I didn't see his spot. We'll tell him when he gets back. Mike Socks on Fire made it in on video. Look at him. Can you talk as you have audio?
No, I'm testing. Do I have audio?
Yes.
No way. No way.
Way.
I appreciate it. I'm just copying the mail here and trying to learn something.
What a deal.
Gee, that might be dangerous.
He's been arguing with me all week long that he can't get on. He can't figure it out. He said he can't. And look at him show up.
Well, WG5T helped me out. We did a little one-on-one. So anyway, thank you.
Well, cool. Did your DMR work?
Yes, and thank you, Mark, for the the correct, I guess, URL, brandmeister.network as support.
Yep.
3 days later, I got results, and my hotspot works fine now.
Good.
So,
Good. So you're smart and you know how to tell everybody else how to make it work, right?
Well, it was just that Brandmeister password thing that we had to do.
Yep. Change the set the password up. Good. Oh, I'm happy for you. I'm trying to see. Mike was on here earlier. The other Mike, Michigan Mike, was here. I don't see him. There he is.
There he is.
He's waving.
He's doing Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas man.
Well, that's because of where he lives. I mean, it still looks like Christmas up there.
It's always Christmas here.
Your namesake's here, boy. The Mike and Mike boys.
Hello, Mike.
Yeah. Well, here in Oklahoma, it is summer. It looks like all the snow's gone.
Well, didn't you bring a bunch of winter weather home from Wisconsin?
Don't tell anybody I was up
Were
there.
you the guy?
I didn't bring it back.
What a day.
Always blame Mikey.
Yeah, one of the Mikes will take a blame. It was always Galen's there. I caught him when he's drinking, so I figured that would be a good thing to.
We've only had 3 inches of snow this year.
Where's Mark? What'd you have?
Okay, I got you beat by a long shot. Officially here at my house, which is the southeast side of Oklahoma City, I have now officially had 17 inches of snow in the last 4 weeks.
What?
Yes.
I'm not far behind you, northwest Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Been a great winter for snow this
Same
year.
out here in Piedmont.
Oh my God.
No, I on the Sunday
Guys
night.
live in the wrong place, man.
Yeah. on the Sunday snow, I got 5 inches. On the Tuesday snow right after that, I had 4. And just the other day, the nice little snowstorm we had, I had officially 8 inches of snow.
And probably about that much ice.
No, I didn't have that much ice.
Really?
No, ice wasn't too bad at all. A lot more snow.
Maybe
I don't know that we had much ice this last round.
No, not that one bad on the ice at all. But the snow, 8 inches of snow this last round. So, Mike, we definitely got you beat.
I said this year. I didn't say this winter.
Hey, winter's not
Hold my
over
beer
here
and watch
either.
this.
Yeah, winter's not over here either.
Well, the year just started.
No, I think we've got about 30 inches total since the first snowfall.
Have you really?
Yeah. And
What do you have on the ground?
That's below normal. We've had
What do you have on the ground?
Well, we've had a warming trend, so the snow has gotten warm and it's compacted. So maybe a foot.
Oh my God. I remember those days.
I got it. Hey, Mark, I got a good one for you. You're going to have to write it down. Galen's listening too, so this ought to be interesting. I got a prediction for you. You ready for another big snowstorm?
I'm going to put it in the notes here. Go ahead.
Between the 17th and the 23rd of this month. Get your boots out.
From the almanac?
Nope.
I
got something better than that.
You're taking vacation and you plan to work in the yard.
No.
Taking the Christmas lights down.
Hey, I worked in last week when the sleet started coming in.
Got some long range weather models.
Oh my
God, Gordon's here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Gordon with the big bass.
It's the voice of God.
No, just ask him.
What?
Long range weather models.
Yeah.
Okay, I put it down. It's in the notes. You're gonna have to atone for that.
Yep, 17th to the 23rd. You're gonna get a big snowstorm, so get your boots out.
Okay.
Well, there goes my dentist appointment on the 19th.
Holy cow.
And the worst of it is not going to be the snow, but how cold it gets.
Oh, you can quit right now. Yeah,
Okay, what do you got? A farmer's almanac?
Nope. But you know what you're going to see that's going to bite you? The polar vortex. Mike's going to be sending it down from up north, and you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it.
Something about the polar vortex splitting in two or something.
Yep.
Whatever that means.
And the poles shift and the magnetic field.
No, it just you get a nice North Pole type cold.
Yeah, dogs and cats living together.
Man, what's that from again? Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Just real Wrath of God type stuff.
When someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
And the best part of being retired is if it does, I don't have to go out in it.
There you go.
Man, brother.
That makes it tolerable.
My gosh. That's no good for the rest of us.
Sorry for you guys, but
not very much, huh?
Well, I'm getting tired of putting my antennas.
I'm not feeling it, Kim.
Yeah, Wayne, you're the weatherman. You just go put up an antenna and we'll have crappy weather.
Yeah, right after I got my my 40-meter dipole put up last week, sleet came.
Well, don't they say that the crappier the weather is when you put it up, the better it works?
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, but it's still working, so I'm not griping.
That's it. As long as it didn't fall down.
I think we actually have had way less snow in Indianapolis than you guys have had in Norman.
That's not good. Peter and I live on the southeast part of town and part of Norman, and we haven't had near that, have we, Peter?
Nope. No, it's been. I mean, we've had snow, but nothing to write home about. And the county does the roads, so we don't have to rely on the city. So, thank goodness. But it hasn't stuck around long enough for a plow to show up. So,
yeah, that's a good point. I don't think I saw one. I don't know that I left the house, so that's probably a bad way to say that.
Mark Clayton, I can't make my echolink see my headset.
You can't make your echolink see your headset? That's
well, now I say that it sees the headset. I select the mic and the speakers for the in and out.
Yep.
And it still goes to the default device, which is the regular speakers.
Did you tell it to save it?
Well, it doesn't have a video camera, so how can it see it?
No.
Did you tell it to save it? When you put it in the controls and you change it, you got to tell it to save it.
Headset. There is no save. There is only OK.
Okay. Click OK again and see if it stays
I've
there.
done that like 18 times now. So. And no matter what I do, it comes through the default. It may be, that software has not been updated in, let's see, 14 years, which is troubling.
Mine works.
No, it works
through your Bluetooth.
No Bluetooth. No, but I have like multiple sound cards and headsets and cameras, which have microphones and yada 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 yada. It only wants to see the default Windows device. Which
are you talking on Windows on the
Windows 10? Yeah.
Oh,
you don't
go to the sound doodad and change it there by application.
Oh crap.
That's where.
Never mind. Yep. Okay. Never mind. Yep. I remember now.
Communications device.
That's where old programs have to do that.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember that now. Thank you.
I thought you were talking phone.
Thank you. Carry on.
That's what Elmer and I's here for. We're ready to quit.
Yep.
See, Stephen, it's all those type of problems are solved just like that.
He doesn't know what echolink is, Mark. You got to tell him what that is.
Stephen, since you said you were an engineer.
Yes, sir.
You use computers a lot.
Yeah, I mean software.
Okay.
SolidWorks and like
Okay.
that design stuff.
Well, you can do amateur radio on a computer without a radio or an antenna. It's called echolink. You download the program, you set it up. It's fairly easy to set up. You have to have a call sign because they're going to request it before they'll let you use it. Technician on up can use it. You set that up and you can talk anywhere you want to in the world, basically, on echolink. It's best to have a headset and a microphone like I've got here. It works real well.
That sounds great, because one of the things I was going to ask about is we have friends moving to and family in the Philippines, and I would like to be able to talk to them as well.
As long as they've got a ham call, no problem.
Yep.
You
Cool.
can actually set there's different ones on echolink spots on there that you can go out as a family group and chit chat back and forth without getting interrupted.
There's an iPhone app too. That's where I do echolink.
Yeah, you can do it on your phone, iPhone or Android, either one. But it's great. It's really great to use a laptop or a tablet for that. Something that you can still plug a headset and microphone into it.
All right. Cool. I'll have to learn more about that too.
I see Paul's still out there on the Queen Mary. Is it still floating?
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Well, I'm stuck. It's isolation from the COVID, so they're making me stay in a radio room. Could be worse places. They got some nice HF stuff in there.
Yeah. Did you get any radio antennas up? That's all I need to hear.
No, but I'm getting closer. I keep looking around the house, the trees, poles, what do I have? And I kind of have it figured out where the shack will go in the house. I just got to get wires up through the attic where things will go. So it's a slow process, but I'm getting there, figuring it out.
Yep, this is the time to do that. The solar minimum is at its lowest, and the propagation is at its worst. So anything from here on forward is a better deal.
Yeah.
And boy, your next couple of years is where you need to have your stuff together.
Yeah. Well, I just got to look and see where I can do things instead of rushing. And I've realized after the last ice storm, I don't want to put too many wires up between pine trees up. Because I'll be replacing them. I'll put the wires back up again. So I do have a question concerning the antennas. Huh?
Oh, good. Go ahead.
Well, back in the old days when we had a Wi-Fi internet provider, the whatever local guy, because of where our house sits, he had put this. I think it's about a 20-foot metal pole, big heavy 4-inch square tube, two pieces, one inside the other, sitting out in the field, right out. Only thing is, it's about 200 feet from the house. Okay. Have to use some low loss type coax to get out there, but wondering, okay, this is big, heavy, and metal. It would be nice to use as a mounting spot for antennas, because it can reach all kinds of places in the yard. I can put a full 160-meter loop out there. But I wonder if all that heavy metal on this big steel pole is going to affect antennas and the radiation, SWR, and so on. So,
thank you.
If anybody has any thoughts on,
I think that down at ham radio frequencies, almost everything's in the near field anyway, so I wouldn't even worry about it.
Okay.
I'd definitely make sure that my pole was grounded real well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, don't run your antenna parallel to your pole.
No.
Anything mental like that.
Careful.
The other night, we sold part of the property, and so on the 12 acres that we did sell, the 22, the guy that bought it, in addition to his daytime job as an Oklahoma City cop, he has a tree service. So he's got the truck with the bucket that goes up and everything. So I thought, well, that'll be quite nice to have for putting things up. So I thought it's a nice pole sitting out in the open there. It's worth using if I can.
How tall is it?
If I recall, it's about, it'll get up there about, I think you put it up there about 20 feet. There's two 10-foot sections. It's kind of this odd setup that he did, but it's up there.
Yeah, that should be no problem. And like Gordon said, don't go parallel to it. But if you're doing a loop, since you're 90 degrees from it, you'll have no problems. You can run the feed line down that pole and out, and then you run a dipole off of that or a delta loop and put both ends, put the peak up higher and then put the ends down lower, even if you wanted to, 10 feet off the ground or so, and just make a triangle. And 1,005 divided by the frequency in megahertz will get you the length.
Yeah, so it's just getting there because it's a couple hundred feet from the house. That's the only issue.
Well, or take your mobile radio out there and sit underneath the pole, the shade of the pole.
The other thing I might do is a ham friend that I reconnected with in the last couple of weeks suggested, because he bought at an estate sale one of the remote switch. So just run one coax to your where your antennas are, and go from there. So maybe I'll contemplate that. So every time I'm outside, I just look at new things, think about where I might run things, where I might put the antennas up.
And the best place, where's Wayne? Did he go and take a nap on us? The best place to put an antenna is 200 feet from the house, right, Wayne?
Well, yeah, of course. If you got the real estate, go for it.
Yep. Because that gets all the noise from your house away from the antenna, and that's really not a bad. I mean, that's kind of an optimal place to put it.
Yeah, and actually, and you get any type of interference, get it out away from your house too. But if you, like I said, if you got the real estate, and if you plan on running a toaster, especially.
Well, the only other downside is that in that area, not close enough where I would hit it with the antenna or the pole, but in the area is a power line for OEC running across the property to the neighbor's house. So that's the only other problem, but
that might be a problem.
Well, how far away from that pole is it?
Well, it's more than 25 feet. I made sure that the pole, if something ever happened and it tipped over, it wasn't going to go near the power.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd have to measure it, but it's at least 30 feet from it, maybe more. So I have all this land and all these obstacles figuring out how I'm going to put the antenna up. I'll figure it out eventually. I got a wire out there right now, random wire, so I'm able to get on the air. It's just plotting the permanent stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
One thing I think I've learned in ham radio is nothing's ever permanent.
That's a very good way to say that.
Now, if I want indoor attic antennas, those are easy. I got enough of a big attic to do that, but if I can get outside, I'd much rather do that.
Yeah, you don't need a slingshot or a drone for that.
Speaking from experience, I had an attic antenna one time, and I got all kinds of intermod in several places in my house, stereos, TVs, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it'll come straight through whatever. I mean, when I had an attic antenna, I didn't have it for very long because I was paranoid about the high voltage on the ends of the antenna, on the ends of the dipole from setting my attic on fire. But yeah, I was, whenever I would keep on 10 meters, it would just turn all the fans on and stuff like that, all good fun stuff like that.
I just measured it out on Google Earth. It looks like that power line's about 50 feet from that pole. So
you'll be fine.
If the pole fell over, it's not going to hit the line. If it was even remotely possible for it to, well, I wouldn't have had it put up there if it was possible to hit the power line anyway. But
yeah, that'll be fine. that'd be a great place to build something off of. Maybe it's not the center, maybe it's an end, or like you said, those remote switches have really come a long way. And we've got Hickman's got one that he uses all the time. Who else? Somebody else on here run a remote switch?
I've checked into them, but they're still about 300 bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, remote switches and remote tuners are where it's at, really, because then you can take all that mismatch off your feed line and run lots of power.
Yep, put it straight outside, yeah.
Yeah, I just measure. It looks like it's about 60 feet from the pole, so I'm okay there.
Yeah, you're good. Well, Mr. Hudson, Gordon, for what reason did you grace us with your presence? I'm so glad to see you tonight, sir.
For what reason? Do I need a reason? Let's think here. I just wanted to irritate you. So. Nah, it's been a while. It's been holidays and whatnot, so I thought I'd better show my face. I haven't been on the radio either for ages, so I thought I'd better let you know that I'm alive and well.
Thank you.
And well, so far, we'll see how the rest of the year goes.
Well, I think his ears were burning because I think that myself and somebody else was actually talking about Gordon the other day. It was all good, Gordon. It was all good.
It was all good. That's what they all say,
Well, Gordon, if we hadn't heard from you in a while, we'd have to send Raynette after you.
Send who?
Raynette.
What's that?
The old UK search and rescue folks, and
nah, I've been.
You're probably the only one that gets that.
Yeah, I've been disowned by the UK, so it's all right.
So, as part of Brexit, do you have to enter through France now?
Yeah, I've got it. It's a bummer, man, because I had, my parents were here last year. Oh, it's next year already. Oh,
yeah.
They were here last year, and it was all planned to go over there this year. But man, this just never stops getting crazier, does it?
Yeah, well, that too shall pass. Who else haven't I seen up here? Peter Laws has got an empty. Oh, there he is. His little head's down at the bottom of the screen.
He has a lot of headroom.
He does.
And he has max headroom.
Oh, yeah. He told me before that's so you can see all his paperwork on the top there, his awards, right?
Oh.
So he's got worked all humans and worked all states and worked all something.
Worked all humans.
Yep. Worked all amateurs. WAA is the one that QRZ always used.
It's a bit of a moving target, isn't it?
Yep. So I guess he won't talk to us. What has he got now? Oh, it's a sign.
Maybe less soon. No.
Uh-oh. Well, where'd he go?
That's a moving target.
Where'd he go? I guess he's not going to talk to us. Oh, well. Well, John's back. How's big Indiana?
Oh, it's doing. I haven't been doing much radio work this past week or weekend. So mostly holidays and then shutting down the holiday stuff, getting back to work. So I have been toying with the idea of getting some more feed line, getting some more antenna cable, swapping it out. I went up and moved my UHF VHF antenna spread last week or the weekend before last, and I found that my 6 meter RG8 cable had slipped past the insulation and it was full of water, and it filled up with water for about 6 feet and then froze. So when I went to take it down, I unscrewed it and it, stood straight up. And then when I tried to bend it, it was crunchy. So that piece of coax is toast. So it's time to look for some coax.
That's a tough way to do coax. Just fire it up and cook it out, huh?
Well, there's that, yeah.
Yeah, Mike, that sounds like a radio site I used to have in Cleveland. The coax, it was a 7/8 celiax, was supposed to be run in conduit to just under the ground, then open to just to the next to the building. Well, they ran conduit the whole way, and as you can imagine, actually it took a few years, but at some point it actually froze solid, and totally well, but the heliax. So yes, understood.
Yeah, I have a spare RG58 run going to that 6-meter antenna, but that's not permanent. It's just not gonna last. So.
Now get a $10 gift card when you spend $30. CVS, healthier, made easier.
But maybe go through and check all my connections again on my HF and my VHF rigs and retape them, reseal them, make sure that they're all good.
That's what we always think we do.
Yeah. Famous last words, I know.
Sure, I sealed that coax.
Yep. Water has a funny way of getting in there, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. Trying to play my game of concentration. Looks like Brett's back. Brett, oh, Wayne's just running away. Wayne, are you disappearing? Brett, Wayne's our 706 expert, and he basically said RTFM.
That word expert.
Can you detail your question, Brett, a little bit more for Wayne to see if you got anything?
Yes, I've got a friend that works with me for the state. He's a ham as well, and he's got a Icom 706.
You mean the one that gave you the faulty power supply, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I get it.
Whoops. Yeah.
He has an issue with transmitting on repeaters. He's got the tone and the offset on the radio, but for some reason it won't transmit with the offset on, or something. He doesn't know if he's missing the processing, programming it, or what. He said it works fine on HF and simplex, but it just won't.
So it won't transmit, or it won't open up the repeater.
Yeah, he can't transmit on the repeater with the offset and the tone on. So
Okay, my question is, does he know that his radio is actually transmitting when you say he can't transmit?
He said it works on simplex and HF, it just doesn't.
So it's my guess that maybe he doesn't have the right tone set for the repeater, that he's not opening up the squelch on the repeater. Okay. And there's also on that radio, there's also a tone for the receive also. Most repeaters don't have that turned on.
Okay.
But if he has it turned on, he may not even hear himself coming out the other side. But, you know, that's first thing I would check. I would double check the repeater tone to make sure you got the right tone.
Okay. And then be sure that the receive tone is turned on as well?
No, that you should probably turn off. Most repeaters have them turned off.
Okay.
Another thing I would check too, he can tell if he's doing the offset properly, because when you key up, the display will switch over and show the transmit frequency. Make sure you got the correct offset in. It's like 2 meters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what is it? 2 meters is 500 kilohertz or 20. Wow, I'm drawing a blank here.
6.6.
600 kilohertz.
I'm sorry. It's 440 is 500.
You got it.
It's 5 meg, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just make sure one, he's got the correct offset. A lot of times those offsets are automatically set by the radio as part of their programming nowadays. And I don't remember, it depends on which 706 he's got, because they make a 706 Mark II and they make a Mark II G.
It's just the regular 706.
Just the 706.
Yeah, just 706.
Okay. But I mean, that's first thing I would check is the PL tone, make sure you get the right tone.
Okay.
Well, if he's got a second radio, he could try setting the simplex, the input simplex frequency with the proper tone and see if it keys up the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, you can try that.
You know, and if he's transmitting on the proper frequency on his radio in the VFO and with the proper tone, then it should key up the repeater.
As long as you're on the input.
Yeah, that's what I mean, on the input frequency.
Yeah.
Does the repeater use tone both directions? Some of them don't use it but one direction.
Some of them do, but most of them have the tone receive turned off, like we do.
But the second radio, if it's tuned to the output frequency, then he'll hear it. He'll hear that the VFO kick the repeater.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
So I'd have him check the PL tone, make sure it's correct, have him make sure he's got the correct offset too.
Okay.
Do you know which repeater he's trying to hit?
I think it's where's it at? I think it's in oh Lord. You would ask me that. I think it's gosh, can't remember. It's in Hayes County, but I can't remember. He's in Hayes. I think it's
Where's Hayes County?
Hayes County is south of Austin. It's Buda and
Hayes County is San Marcos.
Yes, San Marcos.
Oh, that's in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, what a coincidence. I just got a QSL card from a guy that lives down in Austin.
Let me see, which one is it? Let me look real quick.
It's possible you got to
That
receive.
would be where I would start, but if it is actually not transmitting the tone, then there could be something wrong with his tone board.
Board, okay.
And for that, the only way that you could check that would be try a different repeater.
Okay.
Or buy another tone board. Well, there's a really good guy up in Washington State that works on Icoms. He fixed mine
Yeah.
for less than $100. Tuned it all up and everything.
I think it's the car repeater he's trying to get, or the I can't remember which one he said he was trying to get. So it looks like it's both in and out. It shows here.
Well, when I lived down in Texas, I found that some of those Texas repeaters work better if I had a couple of Shiner box. So
Okay.
that's the beer of Texas.
State beer of Texas?
Well, they have Lone Star beer, I guess, unless it's been out of business. But it comes from Shiner, Texas. God, I can't believe nobody knows about Shiner Bock.
Oh, Shiner.
I know
Who
all
said
about
I didn't
Shiner
know
Bock.
about Lone Star?
I know all about the Shiner shits, as they call it.
It almost sounds like people don't want to admit it, is what it is.
Lone Star beer is the cold stool of Texas.
I've got Shiner Bock in my refrigerator right now.
That's good beer. Looks like there's a bunch of repeaters down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. One of them's open, has no tones. Oh, offset's another thing. If he's got the offset going the right direction, that might be something to look at too.
Yeah, a lot of those are plus instead of minus, Mark.
Okay.
Yep, that's a good thing. But I think I don't remember who's stuck their head up, but John, having a second radio tuned up and listening to what you're doing is a good way to figure out what your problem is. I remember at Red Cross, we'd always have people that say, I swear I'm on this frequency, and we had 5 guys with walkie-talkies all over the band, and we'd finally find them.
Looks like there's at least one of those that's running fusion, so you might want to make sure that the one that you're trying to get into is actually conventional analog.
Oh,
okay.
And then the bottom one's echolink. That might have some special rules. It's a simplex. Oh, that's a simplex. It's a simplex echolink connection. It's not a repeater. Oh, look at you. Top one's FM echolink. That's IRLP. So that's going to be a repeater link.
Yeah.
Well, Peter said that his echolink won't play nice with his audio, so he's killed Zoom. He'll come back when he's got echolink working to Arkansas. So
good.
Yay us. He's going to do it. Fayetteville Net is what he's on echolink.
Yeah. They got it. They got one running tonight.
Well, there you go. So that's an update on that.
You know what I had to do to get echolink to work on my computer? I actually had to go into my router and open up some ports on my firewall.
Yep.
Would not let it pass.
It's because you're an IT guy like me, and we block everything. They've got weird ports like 8081 or something like that.
Yeah, they got 2 ports on echolink that they tell you to use, and you can go into your router and tell it you want that particular port only.
If
For echolink.
you set it for UNPNP for universal plug and play, it'll actually open the port automatically when you key up. But you don't have to open those ports on your router. It'll actually open them up kind of like a target group in DMR.
Yeah.
So what I actually did was I opened the ports in my computer, but then in my router, I just did port forwarding, and that actually solved that problem. So I just forwarded it to my main computer.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a static IP sitting on this computer.
Yep. Yep. And I haven't heard about plug and play in a long time. Woof. That always scares me.
Yeah, honestly, Mark, though, it's a lot more secure than opening up a UDP or TCP port to your statically assigned device.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the old days.
Yeah. Well, I am too. Back when we used to use PIX firewalls.
Yep. Yep.
Go Hable.
Computer talk.
Cisco crap.
Cisco talk. Yeah, that's PIX's. Oof. That's been a while. I got my CCNA in 2000, and they were going out then.
Jeez. Yeah.
Gary Skaggs says he's stalking us tonight on YouTube. Yeah, we'll talk about him.
Well, why should that stop us from talking about him?
It's not, but it means we should increase how we talk about him.
Well, you know how you get them on Zoom. You say their name 3 times and they appear.
That's right.
Peter.
Yep. Yep. And he's there.
Yeah.
He just won't talk to us. He's making lunch for somebody probably, or dinner or something. That's the way. Who else is floating around in here? Galen's floating around. Hi, Galen.
Just getting ready for the Aries, Matt.
I was going to say, who's doing?
Mark and Wayne, you both need to check your email.
Okie doke. So you're doing the Aries net tonight?
I'm gonna be on it. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not net control. Jim is.
Ah.
I think Jim's the net tonight.
Yep. I don't have my radio up. There we go.
Can I get a courtesy check-in?
What's that?
Exactly.
Okay, I'll just sit here and pop some popcorn. Go ahead, Galen.
Yeah, I may go ahead and check into that. I don't believe in courtesy check-in.
Let's see if we can.
Well, Mike might have just a little bit hard time getting all the way down here on the.
I can't reach the repeater.
Well, let's see if I put my mic by the headset.
You ever heard of WinLink?
Let's see. No. I was gonna say see if I can get the key to the repeater, but can't do it that way. Oh well. What else? Who else is hiding back here? Lockett was there, and then he disappeared, so he's probably out making a sandwich. So we can talk about him too. Oh, there he's back. See, we say his name 3 times.
If you guys don't mind, I'd like to ask a few more questions.
Go ahead, Steven. Hit one.
So, if I spend $1,000 on an IC 7100 or $500-600 on a 718 or 705, that's going to pretty much do everything I need. There's 4 households we're trying to kind of link together. I'm not sure they're all going to have that kind of money. I'm pretty sure they're not. Are there some cheaper versions that will get it done? That what I'm wanting to do is we have 3 houses up here in Norman, Oklahoma City, and Moore, and 1 in Dallas. We would at least get 2 good setups to talk between Dallas and Moore, and then maybe we can repeat the rest out. But are there any other less expensive, less capable setups that they could also talk to Dallas back and forth without spending, $600-700 or more?
Just used equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
That MTC radio link that I put in the chat.
I'm on a tablet. I'm not seeing the chat. I'm not sure. This is actually the first time I've used Zoom like this too. So.
Oh, well, welcome to Zoom. On the bottom, you'll see a chat.
Go ahead, Mark.
On the bottom, you'll see a chat.
Maybe it's
a little piece.
More.
Click that.
I'm on a tablet, so.
Oh.
There we go. Chat. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, got it.
This is all the stuff we've been. This is all the stuff we've been talking bad about you with over here.
It's flashed up briefly, but then it's disappeared. I wasn't able to go back to it.
Oh, take a look. Take a look what Galen's showing there. He's showing his 7100.
Oh, there it is. Look at that
right there.
Yeah, you were talking about that. Somebody was talking about that.
Where is that, Galen? Is that in your house or is that at?
That's right at my desk. If I turn the camera around, there I am.
In your house, so it's not mobile.
No, I'd originally was going to put it in my Go kit, but but I haven't decided whether I'm really going to yet or not.
Well, I mounted mine in my Avalanche. I've got it in my truck, but it'll go either on the desk or in a vehicle. It's a great radio.
Yeah, I've got a 5100 in my truck, so.
Would it be quite a chore to move them back and forth?
No.
Yeah, a little chore, not a big chore.
Right.
It depends how you put them in. I've got mine mounted with the actual radio under the back seat of the truck, so it would be quite a move to move it around. But it all depends on how you put it in.
Okay.
It has, just like the 5100, it has a control head, which you're seeing here, and then it has their actual radios, a box that you can put under the seat or just lay on the floorboard or whatever.
Say we get 2.
I don't know if I can get to my. Yeah, there's the control head.
Nope.
That's the radio.
That's the radio, not the control head.
Yeah, I see the
I'm sorry. That's the main unit. I'm sorry.
Say, well, I'm confused now.
Well,
So
I'm
that would be under
probably
the seat.
I'm probably 10 miles from the other two houses. So if we
Oh
could,
yeah, then you.
what are
you
options for that? Without
you could put up-
repeaters.
Well, or
able
you could put up just a taller antenna in the middle, whatever the middle one is, and any of these cheapy radios should go that with a couple of good antennas.
Okay.
The little Bowfangs, and for sure $200-300. What was that one we were looking at the other night? $200 VHF radio.
A G90.
Is that VHF?
Does the G90 have that? I don't know. Is that an everything radio?
I don't know. Someone had a $200. Golly.
I've got one of those 8-watt Bowfangs that when I hook it to an external antenna, I could easily talk 20 miles.
Yeah, one of those little. That's just a $25 handheld radio that. You got to put up pretty good antenna.
I've got the
That's
8-watt.
not an
It's a little more.
That's just a UHF, VHF. That's not an HF?
Correct.
Correct.
But does that answer his question? Because he's wanting to, the way I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but you're wanting all 4 participants to be able to participate at one time.
Ideally, yes. If that's just not financially possible.
You may have to do work relay between the 2 big rigs to the 2 smaller.
Right.
Doing HF on short range doesn't work very well for me.
You have to set up an NVIS antenna, and then that wouldn't help to get to reach Texas. But a DMR, if everybody had a DMR handset and a repeater.
Well, he's wanting to go lights out. He's not wanting to go. He's wanting to go off the grido.
Yeah. Repeaters.
The little batteries will run those easily.
Down. Sorry, go ahead.
If you want to do DMR, you can use the little batteries to run that. They don't take much juice.
Yeah, but that relies on the internet being up. If it all went down. But
internet never goes down. What, are you kidding me?
He's back.
It's a perfect world, isn't it?
I am back. So, Mark, I found out that the Echolink client does not play well on a system that has multiple sound devices. I ended up having to kill Zoom and then tell Windows to change my default audio device to my headset and then set Echolink to that default, and then it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, some of those older ones.
Yeah.
Are hooked in hard. They've really done a lot in this last. I will tell you that I'm running the bleeding edge of the Windows stuff, and I know that every time they update, the audio stuff changes. So they're still tweaking, and it's gotten a whole lot better. Where you can,
yeah, they did something to USB a while back too, because every time I fire up my DX Lab stuff, I have to plug and unplug my adapter for the radio. Yeah. And then it sees it, and then it goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, you can use that, fine."
Yep.
Even though it shows up as being plugged in on USB,
yep.
It's very
strange. There is dynamic switching you can actually enable.
Oh, sure. And that used to work on Windows 10 just fine, but sometime, I think it was 2004 broke it, or maybe it was.
I think it's the latest update was the 20HF one or 20HS one.
H2. Yeah, I've got that. Because 2004 I think is what broke it, and I was hoping 20H2 was going to fix it, and it didn't fix it. So
there should be a dynamic linking.
I know.
Configuration you can do in there. I'll look it up for you.
I've poked at so many things on this. It's just annoying because it used to be I boot the program and there was the radio and it would show up the frequency, and now I have to go through this little song and dance with the thing and yada 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 yada.
Yeah, complain.
Exactly. I did get OBS working, as you could see.
I saw that earlier. It's not the right number. RT73. I'm happy for you. You like it? Are you confused yet?
OBS? Oh yeah, totally confused. Yeah.
Yeah, you need like 6 monitors to do that.
Well,
okay, Peter, there it is. That's the one. Peter, we said Peter Core's name 3 times, and
he appeared.
And no, he sent me a text or a message or something that said the Retevis RT73 was the cheapie, the $200 VHF UHF higher power radio that we were talking, that I was mumbling about. The one that we were talking about for Stephen. This is a good little power radio, and I would expect with an antenna similar to the one that this gal's holding on the, not a good way to hold an antenna that's transmitting, but oh well, it's Vanna White, I guess. But this one actually just, they've got it screwed onto hose clamped onto a vent pipe on a house.
Right.
And this, if you can't get through with the handy talkies using that antenna or an antenna like that, this little $200 job would easily make 10 miles.
Okay.
As long as there's no big obstructions between you and between A, B, and C.
Right.
I think you said you're aeronautical. If an airplane would crash between the 3 houses, between the 3 antennas, you're not going to get any signal through.
Okay. All line of sight.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
That may be a. Well, this is for a car too. If you put it in your car, you can always drive to a high place.
That's a very good point. And these antennas you can get really cheap for a car, and they will work with repeaters. 40, 50 mile range
right.
would be common with those. So I always like to push people this way. The handy talkies are fun, but man, the only time I ever use handy talkies typically is when we're at an event, like we're doing a field day, or we're doing a parade or something like that.
Do you guys do like fox hunts and things like that?
We have done some of those, and it's obviously slowed down in the last year, but we will do those in the near future.
It sounds like there's an awful lot of fun to be had and a lot of good people to meet on here. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, he wasn't talking just about you, Sam, was he?
Who was our fox hunt guy? What was his name? He moved down southeast here.
Clint.
Oh yeah.
Cliff.
Right.
So Lockett was a big Lockett's team. Him and Phil cleaned up too much because they got some automatic antennas that was seen as cheating. They had direction finding antennas.
Array?
Yeah.
Kind of cheating.
What isn't that what Phil had, Bill?
Yes, he had a Ramsey kit. It had 4 antennas and a computer to measure the time that the signal reach each antenna and figures out the direction.
There it is. Surely there's a picture of it. But it would just light up lights, right?
Yeah, I think so, and show him which direction to go.
Well, I used to do a high-powered rocketry for a hobby as well, and we used Yogis to find stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You need to talk to our doctor of rocketology. Where is he? Is he on tonight? No, he's not.
No,
I haven't seen him in a few weeks.
Thomas, no, he hasn't been on, has he?
We have a guy that's an aerospace professor at OU, and he actually uses UHF amateur. He got his license to do UHF transmitters, to do telemetry.
Right. Yeah. The group in the Orman there,
in for the count.
The high-powered rocketry guys are a sharp bunch of guys. I was like during Desert Storm, I was laughing at these scuds because the guys I was hanging out with then could easily outpace that stuff. Just sharp bunch of fellas.
Yeah, it is rocket science, right?
It is.
see where that video is. But I can't remember the numbers now. But Peter, do you remember the
speeds the motor is? No, I don't.
No, the speeds that they were running.
Really fast.
Like Mach 1.5 or something.
There's a video. There's a video
yeah, that's
on
what
our
I'm pulling
YouTube
up here.
channel. Yeah.
That's
he
I'm
did
pulling
that
up.
cool presentation for the club.
Oh, they just did a courtesy check-in for Hank. Oh my goodness. Let's see, where's
Why? What's the matter with Hank?
I don't know.
Unavailable.
Let's see, where's that? But he was doing like Mach 1.1 or 1.5 at the top of that arc, and it was just amazing.
Got to pay attention to your leading edges doing that.
Yeah, they're doing pretty high-end stuff.
They haven't. I asked him last time I saw him. I said, "Hey, next time you go up, take me with. I want to go to Kansas." They have a big field up in Kansas that they can shoot to. I think they said 40,000 feet without FAA clearance. And if they go higher, than 40, they could do that, but it takes a clearance. There it is, aerospace engineering amateur. If they go higher than 40,000 feet,
we got to put out a NOTAM and stuff.
By NASA.
Yeah, they've got to get clearance from
FAA.
NASA and FAA. Let's see, where's that? Rocket shoot.
Cool. Not what I meant to do.
Yeah, that's it off the top. That's the rocket.
That is a lot of fun, and
there it goes.
Look like it's going to be cheaper than ham radio to do that too.
There's on the riding the thing up. Mach 1.15 is what he was doing. So what, 700-800 miles an hour? And these were research flights they were doing. 15,000 feet, 14,400 feet. Bang.
All right, guys, I'll see you later. See you next week.
See you, Peter. Be safe.
Hi, Peter. Be careful.
See you Thursday, man.
Some of you on Thursday. That's right. Yep.
Hey, Peter.
Later.
Peter,
Yes,
don't forget Saturday's the club meeting.
Oh, Saturday morning. Right. Yep.
9:30. Be
Gotcha.
there.
Yep.
Pleasure meeting you, Peter.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peter, before speaking of Saturday, Peter, is there any way to get a little earlier notice on the special request for the siren net?
It's not me. It's not me in the hopper this week. I forget who's on. Is it Wayne? Is it you? Wayne's on. Yeah, we try to get those. Yeah, I know.
I usually
I know
send those emails out by 11 o'clock. Are you saying that's not soon enough?
Yeah, I have to go in, and I'm out of pocket, shall we say. I live in Icom, but I'm down there in Norman on Saturday, so I have to find access, get a computer, and figure out. I don't have all these siren locations memorized. And I end up have time, and then I have to go find them. I enjoy doing it, but
there is a map that you could print out in theory. I'll send that out.
Just pick one and go with that one.
Well, that's the other thing too.
I need to be able to blow it up for my vision.
Yeah, well, I hear you there. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Hey, Peter.
See ya.
You say you were in Yukon?
I live in Yukon, but I have a friend in Norman that I go visit, and so it's nice to be able to plan ahead before I, because sometimes it takes a little bit to get some of these, and I have to find it.
Or just pick one and hit it.
Well, normally I would, but so they've been having some special requests.
Oh, okay.
I have to work on some of them.
Yeah, those come pretty late from David is probably what he was trying not to say.
That's what I kind of figured, but I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Yeah.
Well, my battery's telling me it's about to die on my phone, so I'm going to have to call it an evening myself. You guys have a great week. Hopefully I'll remember Saturday for the meeting.
Yeah.
Very good.
Take care and be safe.
See ya. Be safe.
Take care. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, Galen's just doing the club meeting spiel on the net, so good for him. Yeah, that's going to be John Stratton, the district guy out of Austin, down there by Brett.
Oh, later.
Yeah, he must be right on the border.
Down there by Brett. Well, who else? Let me see. Mike SOF still there? You haven't fallen off the edge of the earth? Look at you, Mr. Technology.
I am here. Yes. Gentlemen, I just have a quick question. I missed the beginning. Why Paul was on the Queen Mary? He was. Was that a background image, or was he really there?
Aren't you clever? That was a background image. He had grabbed that a while back and fooled a bunch of folks for a while, and that was kind of his fun. But yeah, that was. I don't know if he took that or if that was when he just picked up. Does anybody remember that?
No.
Well, that was weird because I was there in 2017, probably sitting in almost the same spot he was, and I got to operate it was a Kenwood 950 and an R7 on the deck. That was back in 2017. So anyway, wow, it fooled me.
I was there in 1988, I think.
Okay.
Long time. It had changed. It did not have all of those radios. It had upgraded significantly from 88. But that's not if I remember right, that's not the official radio room location. They just gave them a bigger spot.
That was the I forgot the name of the city, but that's their amateur radio club radio room.
Yeah, Long Beach. It's Long Beach, California.
Yes. Yes. So if anybody gets a chance to go out there, it's pretty cool.
Bring your license. Bring a copy of your license.
They're very accommodating. I just told them I was a ham, and they let the whole family and the group that I was in right on to Queen Mary. So we got to tour it. So it was pretty cool.
Yep, that is pretty nifty. Who else hide there? Steve Vance. I saw him first off, and hadn't said a word yet. He's waving. Any guidance from Southwest? Nothing.
I think he's on the phone.
No, he's looking for the mute button. I don't know how to do it. Hit spacebar. There's Mikey.
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
No, we were trying to get Steve Vance and
turn it on for him, Mark. Remotely.
I can't.
You could just turn it off remotely.
I can turn it off. I can't turn it on. Yep.
He's got it now.
Am I
there
here?
He is. Ah, there you are. There's the dulcet tones of Steve Vance. What's new? Anything good?
No, but since there's a lull, I got a couple of questions.
Oh my! I thought you said you didn't have anything good. Go.
Oh, I just playing DMR. Where do I go to register for a number?
Where does an alien go to register? If you go to the SCARS page, w5nor.org/OKDMR, let me switch that on. On here is a place that says, if you roll down, it will say number, get your number. And while you're going past all this cool stuff, it's a really good thing to read and see what's happening. DMR ID numbers. And it's
a nice person would post that link in our chat.
Well, go ahead. RadioID.net is where you go to it. But that way, if you go that way, you'll see all the other stuff and learn all of the other good stuff. But you can register all kinds of goodies there. Repeaters? No, this is the repeaters. We don't care about this. Register account in the middle of the screen. You say, I agree to the above terms, and you hit register account. And you put in your call sign, your email, and your password. You will need to find a copy of your original license and send it in to them.
Well, that's no problem. It's hanging on the wall.
Say again?
I say that's no problem. It's hanging on the wall.
There you go. You just send them a copy of that picture, and that proves that you are you, and then that gets you in. What did you get for a radio?
Oh, Radioddity.
Oh, good.
One of my kids got me one for Christmas.
Oh, Santa Claus was playing.
Yeah.
Very
nice
good.
Kids.
Really?
That, and I have to load the repeaters.
Yep.
Code plug.
Borrow one. Then learn how to do it.
And on the SCARS DMR page, there's one that says go to the code plugs page. Repeater summary. This tells you how they all work, but if you go to our code plugs page at w5nor.org/code plugs, you will find a Radioddity. Where'd it go? Radioddity code plug. Somewhere.
Let's buy it.
Did I?
Back to the top. Is that it there?
That's it. That's the software that you need to download for the thing. So that software you run on the computer.
What's the
well,
difference?
It doesn't have a link for our code plug. I'm going to have to put that back in there. Huh.
What's the difference between the software and the firmware?
The firmware is in the radio. The software is in your computer.
So do I need to download latest firmware?
No. If you got a new radio, it will have the last batch. The last batch I bought for the club had newer firmware than that's on the computer. 4.3.3 is available for download. The radio came with 4.3.4. There you go. I can put that in there. 4.3.4 is being shipped. I'll have to go get a link here real quick and put that back in there. Somehow that disappeared. Don't know why. But it should go well. And you're in Southwest. You'll probably hit Oklahoma or hit the Norman one pretty easily. Or Ken, what are you thinking? Southwest, like south of Blanchard.
WX5MOR, WG5.
Actually, I'm north of Blanchard.
North of Blanchard, okay.
I'm north and west.
North and west. There's a Oklahoma City North, which is on the top of the channel 4 tower, and that should work. And that's in that code plug called Oklahoma City North.
That or Oklahoma City downtown possibly, but the north.
Yeah,
is
downtown
higher.
could work.
Right.
Yep.
I know that Lindell has better luck hitting north from Yukon.
That should get you. Well, good. Yeah, you'll like that little radiosity. I've got a couple of those. They're nice.
Do these code I'll quit stuttering. The code plugs that you get, do they the one you're going to put up here for the link, is that just Oklahoma City repeaters?
It's Oklahoma. We've got all the Oklahoma ones on there. So
do they have code plugs? Do they have code plugs for Colorado, other states?
Yep. Colorado is tough because they don't have a lot of DMR. They have a lot of linked repeaters. So they've invested a lot in those linked repeaters, and they've not done a lot of DMR work.
Yeah, they have the Colorado connection.
Yep. Yep. And that's mostly UHF or microwave linked radios. That's a nice system.
It's all pretty much analog except for the links between sites, and it's all microwave, except for the one going to Durango, which is IRLP.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So there is some in Colorado, but it is not as prevalent as Oklahoma.
No, not at all. Not even close.
Yeah.
And then my third question.
You go ahead.
Hotspots.
Oh, there you go. Oh man, this is it. Everybody get a drink.
No, I just need the Reader's Digest version.
Who wants to take the Reader's Digest version?
Sam can do it.
Sam can do it. Sam, you can do it.
Sorry, I was gone. I got back just in time to be told to take a drink. What are we drinking to?
He asked about hotspots for DMR.
Ah.
Now you understand.
Lots
this is a 4-day topic.
Yeah. Who am I talking to?
Short answer is yes.
Steve Vance.
Steve, you can either buy them pre-made or in my case, I kind of built mine. I bought a Raspberry Pi and I bought a hat for it and a case and built it up myself. But just depending on what your desires are, you can if you want to buy one, Open Spot 3 is I think the best thing on the market, but they're $250 or so. So
block diagram, how do they fit into the system?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first.
I say like a block diagram, how do they fit into the system?
Mark?
They're between your radio and your internet.
Okay. Yep.
The radio talks to the hotspot, and hotspot links to the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's my little one that I built, and it's got a little radio in it, a little antenna here that I talk to with a handy talkie, and then it hooks to the internet and here in my house, or I can through Wi-Fi, and I can either hotspot it. It's kind of confusing. I can hotspot my hotspot off my cell phone if I'm out, or I can have it connected to my home Wi-Fi.
So what software is there a software link between the hotspot and the computer?
The Raspberry Pi that's inside this uses a piece of software called PiStar, which is a free piece of software. And that's where you do all your programming, like what radio frequency you're going to use. And it's very, very easy to do. I mean, it's hard to explain, but once you had it, I could actually send you my setup and you could just plug in some numbers and you'd be going.
Like I say, that will probably be a project for down the road.
So for those that want the easier way out, then go out and buy an open spot. The open spot is pretty much self-contained, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I have one of those also. I don't have it down here with me. It's actually up in my truck, but it's actually sleeker. It fits in your pocket. Open spot's got a battery in it, so you don't even, it doesn't last forever, but you don't have to have power to it. You just, it's a great unit. It was so easy to set up. It just walks you through it. But I mean, I had to wait almost 2 months for mine, and can't remember, $200, a little over $200 for it. But
well, and I think the newest open spots, don't they have built-in Wi-Fi now?
Yep.
Because the original ones, you had to hook it into something, to a Wi-Fi access point.
No, mine's it's got the Wi-Fi built in. It's got a battery built in. It's no antenna sticking out. It'll fit in your shirt pocket. It's a really cool unit.
Why do they always make things better?
Well, would you like it? Well, not always. They don't.
You want a stick?
Some things get worse.
And a hoop. Well.
Yeah, it does. I'm with you, Mike. I've got a DV4 Mini that's sitting here that was the latest and greatest thing a couple years ago, and now it's nothing. It's nothing.
Sam, which one were you talking about that you could stick in your shirt pocket?
Open Spot 3.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's real sleek, and I mean, literally, I stick it in my pants pocket and walk around with my handy talkie in my hand. It's great. But
you're talking to your pants. Your pants are talking to your phone. And your phone's talking to
the
internet.
Don't talk to your pants. No.
Yeah.
There are.
The 2 is sleek, but you need a little power source to go with it.
Yeah. Well, and I'll just tell you the 3. They say 8 hour on the battery. It's not doing 8 hours on the battery. It might do 8 hours on standby, but if you've got conversation going either direction, it doesn't go 8 hours. But
maybe your back pocket is attenuating the signal and it's drawing more.
It is well insulated,
well padded.
I make sure I don't make it go through my body, but obviously, the thing I like the best about having the battery, and I've got a plug in my truck and I've got a plug in the house, is that I can be carrying on a conversation, get out of the truck and walk into the house and not lose it, because it's the battery keeps it going long enough to get in, or go into the grocery store, or something like that. It's just not gonna. I mean, the thing is, you look at it, it's God, I wish I had mine down here, but it's just not that big. I mean, like I say, it'll fit in your shirt pocket easily, and you just look at it and you say, well, there can't be a very big battery in there. I mean, no matter what they say. So
being a newbie, I would think you wouldn't want to run that in your front pocket, because you guys were saying don't run it parallel to your pole.
Hey, he's paying attention.
Welcome to the group.
Wow.
Got you there, Sam.
Well, I'd worry if I was 20, but
on that same token, on that same token, do you want it in your back pocket?
No.
Talking out your.
No, there's a lot of guys that do that though.
Well, guys, I'm designated grill master tonight, and I've got to go feed the mob.
And you're where?
I'm in Moore. Hard lump charcoal and hickory chunks all the time. So,
well, I'll tell you what, besides talking on the radio, there's nothing a ham likes better than eating a ham or a steak or anything else.
I just cured my first bacon a couple weeks ago.
Was it sick?
Turned out beautiful. But short of waiting until next Tuesday for the next Elmer night, I'm trying to move pretty quick on this. Are there any of you guys that I wouldn't try to blow up your phones or anything, but it might be open to answering a few more questions sometime in this next week or so if I gave you a call?
Yeah, I'll give you Mark's number.
Sure.
Yeah, Mark, we all know Mark Klein's number. I mean, he's real good for information.
Sure, 410.
I've got that one already. It's right there on his screen.
That's it.
Is it on my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. I keep forgetting that.
Everybody
Yeah,
from
it's
coast to
over with.
coast knows it, Mark.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it's on the screen. Yeah, give me a call. We'll do some of that stuff and get you going. Tuesday or Saturday's club meeting. You can listen to the presentation, see what's going on there, and afterwards, if you got some more questions, we'll be happy to talk then and go do some of that online stuff and get your license like old Kim Harris did. What, 4 weeks ago? Snuck in on us there. Thought he was going to catch something. Whoops! He just fell off his chair. But yeah, give me a call. And we'll get you something going, Stephen. And if you can pass those online things at about 80%, 82% is what we usually say. You're ready for the test. Don't worry about getting 100%.
Is this book still the authority? I can't even get it to
my cram book. That'll work.
Yeah.
There's only a few. There's only a few differences from that one, but that.
I get you to sign this.
Yeah, I've signed a lot of them.
I've got the hamsteady.org, and I think it's ARRL has a lot of online stuff.
Yep, and then that tech, the w5nor.org/tech, TECH. There'll be all kinds of good stuff there.
QRZ also has good practice tests.
Yep, it's on that same list, so that will be there.
Yeah. There's tons of iPhone apps too.
Yep.
Great. Well,
but if you get 82% on any of those, quit on the technician and go to the general, because there's no sense getting 100%. Don't kill yourself over 100%. We got a lot of guys that do it, and it's crazy. Crazy.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed it tonight, guys. It's a pleasure meeting all of you, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it, because my head was starting to smoke, and
that happens.
I want to move quick on this, but I don't want to make any big mistakes. And you guys have helped me feel good about that a lot.
Before you run off, I've been in and out. Unfortunately, I've been doing some other club business with the mute on. Did I hear you say that you or someone is up here in Moore?
Yes, I'm in Moore.
Cool. Where at?
On 5th Street. You know where all the school buses are?
Yep.
I'm directly across from those.
So that puts you like on Thompson or Kelly or somewhere?
I'm on Kelly.
Kelly. Very good. Well, I'm one of your city employee servants. I'm the emergency management director.
Outstanding. I don't see who you are because it's not switching off a mark anymore.
No.
Who am I talking to?
Oh,
right. Click
Galen.
on it.
Galen Kent.
I'm sorry. I'm Galen. I'm WX5MOR. And I also live here in Moore. I live down at 34th and Broadway. So.
Well, it's a great pleasure meeting you.
All right. Well, if you need something, give us a holler.
Very good. I don't have a radio yet, so I'll have to try to find you here, but I appreciate it immensely.
So see there, Galen, I moved out of Moore. Now you got a replacement coming in.
There you go.
Oh, Siren Net. Yes, sir.
Yeah, unfortunately, where he's at, he might be able to. He'll hear several of them, but he's not under one of them. Other than the one at City Hall's probably closest.
Yeah, that's very close.
Yeah,
Yep.
My wife teaches across the street from you there at Central Mid High.
That's my dad did too. My mom and dad both retired school teachers. Well, they
Really?
lost my dad, but yeah, they both taught more for 30 years.
Huh. Small world.
Smaller with a better radio.
There you go.
We'll look forward to seeing you Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's going to be a Zoom meeting.
Yep. Just like this.
Just like this. Same setup.
I've got Saturday at 9:30 a.m.
That'll work.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you guys very much.
You're welcome.
Take care. Be safe.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That's right. Happy New Year.
I got a question if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
I got my Anytone radio, and it's working. I'm trying to get it working, and I've got. I was trying to talk to a guy earlier today, and I could barely hear him. I could hear him actually pretty well. He could barely hear me, and I checked my settings. What I could hear from him was that he recommended I try to widen my bandwidth to see if that would help.
Okay.
So I went ahead and did that. But by the way, I've got an HT. It's the 878 Anytone. But I was trying to listen to the Aries meeting today or this evening, and I'm getting 3 or 4 words every 10 or 15 minutes. That's about it. So do y'all think it's probably just the antenna?
Where you at?
I'm about 12 miles. Actually, I'm 4 miles from the repeater out here on off 108th and Tecumseh Road.
No, that shouldn't be. No, no. 4 miles, you should get great signal.
Well, I don't know what the deal is because I've gone through and set it up with the right frequencies from what I understand. And I don't know what the deal is.
Do you have some sort of scan set up on your radio where maybe it's locking on for 4 or 5 seconds and then unlocking and scanning and then coming back?
No, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
It shouldn't be.
What about outside versus inside?
I've tried them both. My back deck, I can see the lights from the repeater.
Yeah,
I mean, so that's easy line of sight then.
Yeah,
I don't know what my problem is because I've got where I'm located. I'm on top of a hill, and I can see.
Too many good things.
That's all of our wishes. We all want to be on top of the hill.
I don't know. I don't understand why I'm having issues. That's the deal.
Yeah, you should not. 4 miles. I'm 2.5 miles away, and I can't not get the repeater at my house.
Could his antenna have like a short in it or something like that?
Well, I've tried 2 different. When I bought my radio, I got it. I bought it before I got my license because it was a Black Friday deal, and it came with a free 8-inch. Let's see.
Yeah, that's real whippy. It's a good little antenna.
It's a Nagoya 8-inch antenna. I got it from Bridgecom Systems.
Well, okay, here's the deal. The VHF repeater is in operation right now with the net. What can you hear if you turn it on?
Nothing.
Okay, that's wrong.
Make sure you don't have
Steve
your
Vince, I put a message in the chat for you.
make sure you don't have your receive PL tone turned on, or you won't hear anything.
Well, I hear something every so often. That's the deal.
Well,
that could be because somebody else.
Something breaks the squelch, you'll hear something, but your receiver is not holding on.
I was just going to go ahead, Larry.
That makes a lot of sense.
I was just going to suggest maybe making sure that you do not have the PL turned on the receive side.
Yeah.
Now, you should be hearing. I mean,
black eyed peas and cornbread the next day, and we sure did. We ate extra black eyed peas this year for extra good luck.
you should be hearing solid audio right now, so it's a great time to test. That's kind of the reason we put this on Tuesday night, was so that we could do this kind of stuff. So so you should be getting gangbusters right now. What frequency do you have for receiver? Let's start with that.
Okay. Well, from what I can tell on this thing, it's 147.66.
No, that's
the input.
There's your problem.
Is that the problem?
You're backwards.
Yeah.
That's your frequency.
That was another question I had because whenever you get the information, just let me double check on my computer.
That's working just fine.
I hope everyone just sets
their minds on a great year.
See, I've got the Anytone 878.
Who's this?
Mark.
Clayton.
N5AZQ. I've got the Anytone 878. Mine's picking it up clearly.
Yeah, if you're listening on 147.66, that's the input of the frequency. So the only words you're hearing are the guys that are really strong that are making it to your location and the input side of the frequency.
Right.
Not through the repeater.
Right.
Okay. So I should have 147.66 on the transmit or the receiving?
Correct. Transmit.
Should be on transmit. Okay. I've got them backwards.
That and what you were hearing every 4 or 5 minutes was a really strong guy.
Somebody on the input.
Yeah. So which means you really must be on a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're doing a good job.
Yeah. I think I'm in a pretty good position as far as location.
You should be able to nail it. I mean,
yeah.
Flip that around now and then reprogram it. And listen.
Okay. Just a second.
And
hey, Steve Vince.
Yeah.
I put something in the chat for you.
Hey, Galen.
Yes.
What's the update on the photo challenge that you posted the other day?
I don't know.
On Facebook, you did that photo challenge.
Yeah. Some of the emergency managers have been posting pictures. Most of them just on their own pages, like I did.
I posted a picture to it.
I saw that.
I had to give you something, a good picture.
I'm trying to remember if it was black and white or whether you were one of the color.
I think I was a color picture.
Yeah.
Oh, see that you failed. That's why.
That's okay.
That's a good picture to go, Galen. I like the black and white one you put up.
Oh, there it is.
And Steve Vance, I have put a link on that page that will get the code plug.
Where do you find chat on mobile?
It may be in a menu, hidden menu, or not a hidden menu, but a drop-down menu up at the top right. I don't remember.
Do we call you Mr. President now? Galen.
Just don't call me late for supper.
Yes, you must bow.
Yep. Yeah, with the COVID restrictions, you can't kiss his ring, but that's the only difference.
By the way, Mark, I sent you a second email now.
Got him. Thank you. Good choices. Good
Last
job.
one took some talking.
I was going to give you crap about that one.
Yep.
You fast talk.
Hey, Larry Goodwin, are you going to be at work tomorrow?
Yes, I will.
I need to come get some batteries.
Okay. I may leave for a little bit, but as far as I know, I think I will be there most of the day.
Those big ones that we brought back, do you still have those by chance?
That was a group 24, wasn't it?
Seemed like it.
Yeah, we got plenty of those.
Cool. Well, if you're there, we'll talk some club business too.
Okay.
Mark, don't forget the request that you're going to pose to the group Thursday night.
Oh my gosh, what was it? Dang it.
You need to write it down.
I've got it.
Okay. Thank you, Galen.
If it's the one I think it is.
Oh, Thursday night.
About the
youth
tailgating?
No, I don't know about that one.
No.
No, didn't we have? Yeah, I got that one for Thursday night. I thought we had one for tonight that we were going to remember.
Should have wrote it down, Mark.
I told you, whoever it was, I told them they had to remind me because I wasn't capable of that. Shoot, remember? I don't remember. Yeah, I got the other one.
Okay.
Got the other one. Got the other one. Okay, that's up there. We're good. Who else got something? There's Bob and Phil showed up. Look at that. Leave the front door open and who crawls in?
I'm going to bail out. You guys have a good evening. And when you guys started talking about code plugs a while ago, I was like, oh my gosh, because that's what I've been doing at work is building new public safety or new code plugs for all of my public safety radios.
Since they shut everything else down?
Well, I'm modifying most of them, just simply taking out the old system. It already had the new system in it.
Is that all P25 stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel your pain, sir.
That's all right. Once I get one built for each model that we have, and we don't really have that many, then all I have to do is clone them. So it's no big deal. But I'm taking the opportunity while I have the radios to tune and align them as well. So
right on. Well, I may bounce some questions off you, Galen, because
okay.
I'm working with some of that stuff right now for the job I'm working at. So it may come in handy.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all have a good evening.
Take care, Galen. See you Saturday.
You too, Prez.
Take care.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thanks, Galen. Have a good night.
Y'all too.
Bill's waving goodbye.
I'm going too. My battery's gonna crump out. So see you Saturday, fellas.
See
ya,
man. Have a good trip. Have a good trip. See us.
Hey,
10
Mark.
to 12 tomorrow, right, Mike or Mark?
9 to 9:30.
9:30. I don't know if I
Hey,
can make
Mark,
it down there.
what's up with this Saturday meeting that I'm hearing about?
Saturday meeting is our normal club meeting. John Stratton, N5AUS from our ARRL West Gulf region guy is going to present for us, and it's a normal club deal. So same Zooms, just same thing, 9:30 Saturday morning.
Oh, you guys do it via Zoom?
Same, exactly like what we're doing right now. Just
okay.
the same thing.
Okay.
Same. If you got here, you got there. You'll get there. So come see us 9:30, and
I will.
Same kind of deal.
As long as I don't have to drive there for work, I'm okay.
Well, even if you drive there from work, you can still join in from there.
Well, I don't know. It's hard driving an hour each way to work, and then I want to chat with somebody, and then I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just drive away.
That'll work. Yep, that's what we're doing. Is our normal Saturday meeting. So
okay, sounds good. Shoot me an email with that and let me know.
Okay, are you on the go to w5nor.org/email?
I am. I'm on
the newsletter.
Yeah, but I still haven't got a confirmation.
Well, you shouldn't. All you do is you should get the newsletters every week, every Tuesday morning.
Well, I haven't got anything. I signed up, but I haven't gotten nothing.
Well, I'll go add your name to the list and make sure you get it.
You can put me in there as TCon or KC5KLD, either one.
Okay. Very good. Kim, you're back. Did you get it reprogrammed?
I got it reprogrammed and I have nothing.
Okay. My guess is the net is over. I don't hear anything either. Are you listening?
Yeah.
The net is pretty much over.
Net is over. Okay, thank you very much, Phil.
Okay.
There it should have ID'd. Did you hear that? Radio ID, Kim?
No.
N5HZR test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somebody heard me.
I heard you.
Kim, did you hear that?
No. I don't know what's going on.
I'll tell you the expert, and that's Peter K.
Okay.
Mark, do you have I think.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah.
Are you coming to upgrade your license on Thursday?
No.
Come on. You can bring that
Nah.
radio with you and we'll look at it.
I might bring my radio and forget about the test, but I tried the general test when I took my technician, and I need to study a bit.
You got 2 days.
Yeah, sure.
It's not all that different.
It's
not
not.
that much. Not that much more.
Yeah, well, there is. Yeah, I tried taking that test, and there was a lot that I just didn't know.
Yeah, you got 2
Yeah.
days. Come on.
I studied my tail off for the transmission, the first test.
Technician.
Technician. There's the word. And my wife thought I was going nuts because I was studying so much, but no, I need to. I plan on taking the test, just not tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, you remembered what I told you that night last month. I mean, studying is great, but it's not a requirement for passing the test.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, I tried lucky and it didn't work. So.
The devil's in the details.
Yeah.
On that general test.
Yeah, there's a lot more details than that one that I noticed as I was taking the test.
Yep.
So
that's where they get you.
Hey guys, I'm going to bug out of here. Happy New Year to everybody and be safe. Talk to you
We'll
soon.
see you, Sam.
Hey, if you
Saturday.
Happy New Year.
If
Me
you
as
call
well.
me,
Y'all
Sam,
take care.
Okay, see, Sam, if you come down, he's gone.
Oh, there's Phil. Hey, Phil.
There.
Give me a courtesy. Give me a courtesy check-in tomorrow.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Phil.
Would somebody mention in the daily blog no MacNet on Saturday morning? We're all going to be we're going to be zooming into stars.
Oh, okay,
instead.
got it. I'll put it out on the Facebook stuff, and
yep.
And I'll put another meeting notice out on Thursday. That's a good idea, and then just remind everybody on both.
So not much good it does, because they're hitting me up on MacNet wanting to know about the stars meeting. Well, read it on the website.
It's on the website. It's on the newsletters. We send out 1,200 newsletters, and 1,000 people a day on the website. And yeah, I know, I get it.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
By the way, I noticed the other day I was down on Porter and Main Street, and the McDonald's there at the intersection, they were sitting inside eating at it. In Norman, there at Porter and Main.
Now, wait a minute. Porter and Main has a gas station with a fire station right next door.
Well, it may have been the block up from Main.
Robinson, maybe?
Robinson. The McDonald's down there, as you're going down Porter in Norman, it's on the right if you're going south.
Yeah.
There's McDonald's right there on the corner.
That's on Robinson.
And they were sitting in there eating when I drove by there and turned.
Yeah, and that one may be the one that Jeff works at. Who is he?
I think Jeff works at the one up at the hospital, by the hospital, by the
hospital.
new hospital.
Yeah, I've seen him over there at the hospital, but I don't.
KD5CKK.
Yeah, I've seen him up at by the Healthplex.
Jeff asked his boss, and his boss said, "We have no idea."
They could be just sitting there, sitting down. They could have just stopped there, not unapproved.
Who knows?
Sitting.
Well,
but then we got more information from Bill and Jeff, additionally, that Lindsay and McGee was an unknown. Is that correct?
That's no, they are closed. The lobby is closed.
Yeah.
The dining area is closed. It was this morning. Yeah.
Okay. Now wait a minute. Now, when I said unknown, that means we don't know if and when they'll ever open up. But they haven't announced that the lobby will never again open, have they?
No, they have not now announced that. But remember, the one on Lindsay is owned by the Santiago's, and they own several in Norman and Oklahoma City and around. Some of them are in Norman are corporate stores, and some of them have other owners, I think.
Yes. That's why you have to be able to speak Spanish to work there.
That's right. But you don't have to speak Spanish to order.
Okay.
No. They've learned enough.
LMNOP.
They know what a sausage biscuit is.
They certainly do. In fact, they have it for me before I walk up to the counter.
Yeah.
All I have to do is put my credit card in the register thing in the card reader.
They've got 3 of them laying there for the 3 people that are going to walk up that day, and you're one of them.
Yeah. They have a goodly number of takeouts, so when I'm there, a lot of Postmate and stuff like that. I don't know what the others are.
Well, yeah, you mean as in DoorDash type people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could have been who was sitting around too, is the other thing.
They could have been eating. Some of them can be open, I'm sure.
I would get mine from DoorDash, except I have a little bit of fundamental problem buying a $1 sausage biscuit and paying $4 to have it delivered.
Yep.
Oh. Yep. Yep.
I'll deliver it to you for $3.
I'd bring you the wrapper and eat it for free.
Well, I still have a breakfast burrito right behind me from Torchy's Taco. That'll be breakfast tomorrow.
Yep. Has your cook left?
Nope, my cook is still there. I had to buy him a burrito tonight.
Oh, okay. Wow. You mean he gets a day off?
Yep. He takes several days off here.
Okay.
Who snuck in? Steve snuck in. There you go.
Yeah. Hey. Hi. Hello, everybody. Steve here, KI5HFN. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Okay.
Hey, I did have a question I wanted to post to the group on the SCARS Facebook page. There was a very good video posted by Mike Delaney about one of the guys out in Nashville, his reactions and actions through the Christmas Day bombing out there. And one comment that he made was the use of GMRS radios. So my question to the group is that I know what it is. I know it's different frequencies and the ham frequencies, and I know it requires a different license. My question is, if I were to apply for a GMRS license, would that be in addition to my ham radio license, or would it go on my same license?
You'd use your same FRN, but it's totally different license, totally different bands. It's not real popular around here.
So is it a different call sign?
Yeah.
It would be a different call sign altogether.
Whole different. It's like CB. It's another CB area.
The FCC wanted to kind of legitimize CB a little bit, so they came up with the GMRS band, and they came up with the FRS, Family Radio Service. And with GMRS, you can have higher power stations, and you end up with a coverage not too much unlike the old days when we were all on 11 meters and it would cover all over town and we'd run up and down Main Street all hours of the day and night gabbing on the radio.
Well, then they've got UHF. They've got UHF options too.
Yeah.
And they have UHF options.
They can use a repeater too, I think, can't they?
Yeah, there are several repeaters here in the area.
Yeah.
But what was interesting, and I wish I could pull it up for you, but looking on the list of, I think there's only like 16. Not all of them are repeaters, but there's like 16 repeater type things here in the area for GMRS. But I didn't know if I really wanted to go through the pain and suffering of doing all that. If it was in addition to my current ham call sign, I didn't want to have another call sign out there to have to remember which frequency I was on it.
But all you have to do is sign your name to the page. I mean, it's not a taxing exam.
No, I don't think it's an exam at all. I think it's just fill out an application.
Send in $70.
That's what I would do.
And I couldn't even tell if there was a fee for it or not. It wasn't real clear.
Yeah, $70.
Yeah, that seems like a lot for very little.
Yeah.
In return.
Yeah, most people use them illegally. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I mean, do people just program those frequencies into their regular UHF radios and plug away on them and not give 2 cents about it?
And just go on, yeah. They tell me that, I'm sure it's been embellished a million times, but supposedly each drug gang in the big cities have their own GMRS frequency and system. And they use that to distribute drugs.
Interesting. Well, I did notice on the list that there was actually a few of them that were labeled as private. And I'm like, well, how do you get a private FCC, ban or frequency? I guess I thought that was kind of interesting.
You don't. You just declare it as private.
Is that all they're doing?
Yeah.
You're not private from the FCC.
You're just not welcome. It's probably a good way to say it. And there are a few amateur radio and repeaters that do the same thing, but usually
some of those frequencies in GMRS also incorporate some FRS frequencies. They're the same frequency.
That's right. They overlap. So if you've got an FRS, which is if it isn't free, it's almost. You can sign up. You can get FRS, and there's a few of the GMRS frequencies you can talk on.
Yeah, those, they kind of refer to those. The FRS is kind of like I guess they call them bubble radios. Just those little Walmart ones that you get, or any sporting goods stores has those as a set. For like $20 or whatever those are. Yeah, they're good for maybe a mile or something.
Well, the thing about the FRS is you can't remove the antenna. You can't put a bigger antenna on it, and it has. I think they've increased wattage. Used to it was like a half watt, and now I think they're up to 1 watt.
Yeah,
but GMRS,
you can't remove the antenna.
You can't remove the antenna, but GMRS are like 5 watts, aren't they? Or are they more?
Yeah, a couple of comments. Peter here.
Okay. Go ahead. The great P.
I was just going to say, if you wait a while, the fees are going to come down from 70 to 35. when the ham license go up to 35. So they're all 35. That's number one. Number two is the fees is going to cover your whole family. So, I don't know what they define as family. I'm sure it's how extended is immediate, but it's supposed to cover everyone. And then what Bill Lockett said, yeah, the GMRS, I think it's either 5 watts, half a watt, or 50 watts, depending on the channels. And then FRS and GMRS, they kind of, I think 2 years back, they consolidated. It's all sharing the same 22 channels, except that GMRS has the higher power, better equipment, and then GMRS has the 8, I think, yeah, it's 8 repeater channels. Yeah, that's that's my 2 cents there.
So, that's great, Peter. Thanks. So one reason why I was kind of interested in it was I've got a son-in-law and daughter that are across town, Oklahoma City. And because there are GMRS radio repeaters, I was thinking maybe that was something that they could pick up and then we could, in a grid down situation or whatever, we could still have communication if the cell service goes out or internet service goes out. We still have somebody to communicate across the city if the GMRS was a viable option.
Yeah,
I don't know how good those repeaters are. I have not been on them in 30 years.
Well, they had a very nice one up till like last week, up in Oklahoma City Central. I think it was up on K4 Tower. That is not operational as of a week ago for some reason. And then Mark Klein Galen operates one out of Moore, doesn't he?
Technically, I don't think it's in Moore, but it's in Norman. Oh. But there's one that he uses for storm stuff every once in a while.
Yeah. So
on my screen, I've got a chart of all the 22 channels and the power ratings and all that good stuff.
Well, Galen uses CBers for Stormwatch.
Yeah, React. Yeah.
Hey,
React.
Could you send me that link, please?
Sure.
Thanks, man.
I'll put it in
the chat. The other thing is if you can set up, between your family, just give regular GMRS with a better antenna a try and see if you guys can get, can get talking from one house to another, even without the repeater. Who knows, if it may or may not work, or just as starters. Have you all tried that?
Well, I don't know about across Oklahoma City.
It's 462. It's not going to go.
I've talked to mobile stations numerous times from a 5-watt portable on 70 centimeters, just station to station across Norman. I talked to Conrad Simplex on the UHF, so it'll go quite a little distance. Now, I doubt if it would make it all the way from Oklahoma City down here.
Well, I excuse me. I had my radiology in Oklahoma City today, and the UHF would make it, but the VHF didn't.
What was your power output, Bill?
5 watts.
But that's still a repeater.
Yeah, so I typically use a Baofeng 8-watt out of the house here and hit the Norman repeater with no problems and get full quieting reports from everybody.
But you're forgetting one critical thing, is you can use an outdoor antenna elevated with the GMRS. So you should have no problem if both of you have elevated antennas.
Yeah, and my Baofeng is an elevated antenna in the attic, so it gets quite a ways.
Yeah.
And if you if you want to blow that out a little further, and put one of those little 10 element Yagis on it. You can buy those for pretty cheap, and you can stick the Yagi up in the attic and get 10 dB gain out of it.
Yeah, use a tape measure. Tape measure antenna.
Well, that's how of course, we don't implement it, but we actually have a SCARS link from OU out to our main repeater, and there's a UHF link, and we use a little 10 dB Yagi for that.
Phil, what are you calling that again? What's the name of that again? That Yagi?
Oh, 10 dB.
Oh, 10 decibel.
10 decibel gain. You just about, round numbers anyway, you can get a decibel a gain for every element that you want to put in the Yagi. So when you look it up on the catalog page, you decide how many elements you want, and they'll give you the gain. But like Bill said, there's some places where conditions are just right, and you can get in places with UHF that you can't get in with VHF.
Yeah. And a lot's going to depend on what's between you and where you're talking to. How many tall buildings, if there are any tall buildings, you know, that kind of thing.
We had UHF, an electric company, and we had a few locations that were kind of dead spots. So we took 2 UHF Yagis and connected them up back to back and put them up on a utility pole and pointed one of the antennas down toward the dead spot, and it covered it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a good evening. I'm going to back out.
I think I'm going to go too. So
Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah. Happy
And
New Year.
I'll see you Saturday morning.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna get this thing fixed. I'll be calling you guys later. On the air. But
Okay.
thanks for your
Mark.
help.
Good night, Mark.
Make sure you don't have any receive numbers on there. What I want to say.
Yeah.
Receive.
Yeah,
What do they
exactly.
call it?
EL
Receive.
tone.
Yeah.
I'll get that straightened out.
EL tone. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bail too, guys. Nice chatting. See y'all this next time around.
So I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, me too.
All righty.
Safe journey, space fans. We'll see you on MacNet or see you on SCARS.
See you, Phil.
Good night.
Good night, Phil.
See you, Phil. Where's Bob? I didn't see Bob sneak in.
I've been here for a while, just listening.
KBOCC. What's KBOCC?
Oh, that's interesting. It used my email address from the college I'm teaching in Upper Michigan.
Oh.
Keweenaw Bay Ojibwe Community College. I don't know why it picked that up, but I guess they have a professional license. I'll be using Zoom for the class. Somehow that got in my name. I thought it was a call sign, KB0CC.
Nope.
I thought the same.
I thought it was OKC, OCCC. I couldn't figure out how that
right.
I thought it was one of those.
I got to figure out how to get my call sign in this thing.
Just let's see, it should be right click, isn't it?
Yeah, just go to your preferences and
Right click and
general,
rename.
go to your general settings and then you can adjust it.
Okay. Thank you. I'll figure it out here.
Oh, well, nothing exciting?
Should just have your display name there where you can change.
All right, well, I'm gonna bail out, fellas. Good.
Okay, glad to see you. Hope we helped your buddy, your 706 buddy.
All righty, I'll let him know. Well, I was texting and letting him know what y'all were saying. And, he said he hadn't talked on 2 meters on that particular radio. He just did HF, so on it. So it's the first time he's used 2 meters on it since he's had the radio. He's had it for a while now. So
the manual's pretty clear on that, but I always have to pull the manual out on that radio. It's got so many different options.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, real quick before you go, did you say he's having problem on UHF or VHF and UHF?
On VHF on his Icom 706.
706, yeah. Go Google, if you just Google 706 no UHF or no VHF, some of it is a known issue where it works on HF, but there's some issues with it on the V and some issues with the power output on VHF and UHF. Not saying that it might be, but it's common enough if you just type in let me actually see 706 and you just type in no VHF UHF, and then there's a couple of threads about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you just search up 706 no VHF, and
okay,
it's yeah.
But it's working on simplex, Peter.
Oh, okay. That's a whole other issue, I guess.
And he said
it's got to be a tone issue.
And he can hear the repeater fine. Yeah. He's got everything programmed to offset the tone, the T on the face of the radio is on, but he said he just can't transmit into the repeater. It's like he can hear it fine.
Yeah, the only way is not the only, best is get with someone with another radio and work out and make sure it's working in between both of them. But have fun with it.
All righty, well, I want to bail out and we'll
see you, man. Good luck
later. I might even make a surprise show onto the y'all's club meetings this weekend, right? At 9:30?
Yep, 9:30. Okay. Saturday morning, 9:30. Come on by.
All right, I might stop by.
Take care, Brett. Good to meet you.
All right. Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. See you, Brett. See you. Well, I think I'm about to pull the plug on the YouTube side and shut that one down for the night.